Um, not controls. The entire market looks up to it. Okay, kind of like a big brother. And if your big brother just got kicked in the nuts, you probably don't want to go get kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, what I was saying, but like Snapchat, PayPal, all of them got it. Some other banks are looking into it. I feel like if they already put it out there on, like, PayPal and all that stuff, that maybe, I don't know. That's just the way I'm looking at it. I already see institutions that have got in.
Oh yeah, you got your institutions and stuff that got in, but I mean, unless it also takes the power of retail investors too. A lot of people like to look at retail investors as small, but retail investors is like a group of fish, and the bigger that group gets, the bigger the fish looks. Um, People have gotten out. Institutions are starting to get in because they're starting to find a good spot to get into. But as time goes on, our group's going to get bigger again, and we're going to be able to fill in all these gaps and just continuously move the price upwards. Now, even in the future, just from what I've seen in other cryptos, I can almost guarantee that you're going to get another giant dip, and it's going to shake people out and even give a little bit of discouragement.
Completely ready for that to occur.
And you just buy the dip, sell the rips. I mean, as it is right now, we're at 0.358 ish. Yeah, and we've kind of stopped here. I mean, that's a good sign. We could just be free falling, but like I said, we've come to this point, somewhere around this point twice before. We could hit this point again and then just go up from here. There is a angular resistance above, which is what we basically like. We're sideways trading in the dark, and then we ran into this wall and then just hit the floor. So we're gonna get back up, and we're probably gonna come test it again, and then come back down and test it again until something decides to give us enough volume to break through that angular resistance. So if we start trading sideways from here and don't fall anymore, I can see us getting to about 0.358, and then coming back down again.
What number are we going to test for YouTube people?
Well, we're at the 0.358 range. So if we don't fall any further from here, I would say we're probably going to barcode sideways until we hit the angular resistance that we just hit um, at at this range. So 0.358.
Can I point something out?
Yeah.
If you look at like the entire, like, look at my chart. So in the very beginning, around 420, you got this hump here, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at your chart. Hold on.
Hang on, boss. Let me come over there. Expect us.
It doesn't even show you're streaming.
Who was talking about the resistance? What's your stream? If you have one.
Kakashi, I can put my stream up. Hold on.
Here it is. I got my stream up.
I'm with you.
All right, you see this hump here?
Yes.
Well, we get a huge crash. And we get a run up. We have the next event, right? It's sort of the same thing, like spike, dip, spike, crash. Ride it up, spike, dip, spike, crash, right? We ride this up, spike, dip, crash, right? And then here you have sort of this spike, but look, it lines up with this first spike. We get a dip and then crash, maybe. You see?
I'd like you to look at the distribution Wyckoff schematic one, and this will explain the phases where I'm talking. I looked at the coin market cap, and yes, it matches perfectly.
Do you see what I'm talking about, though? If we just sort of repeat the patterns that we've had, and they're even about the same width, each one is about the same width. right? You see this?
Well,
Yeah, I
according to
mean the
RSI,
evenly. Go ahead.
according to RSI right now, we are way oversold on the 15-minute. Depending on how long that lasts, we might go down a little further. Um, we'll have to see what the RSI wants to do, but we're still in this range of where we've touched before. As long as we can stay in this range, because Expectus is right. I mean, this does almost mirror what has happened before. So maybe we're hitting some previous support in this area, which could, is a good thing. Hopefully we can stay in
If you
this
look at
range.
the RSI is getting low even on the 4 hours, but to come into my buy signal.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's really oversold. So I don't ever buy until it turns back around. Even when it dips back down, I'll throw a little bit in when it turns around a little bit and shows that it's starting to gain momentum back to the uptrend. Um, I don't know. I mean, if we hit this line, third bounce in this area, it's going to show that it's fairly strong here, and we should go back up. But the problem is this angular resistance up above us that we're literally hugging. So we could bounce up and down slowly in a downward trend until, I don't know, Elon sends a tweet or Slim Jim comes out and says that they made a Dogecoin race car or something.
Have you see on the daily, is that forming some type of flag?
Hey guys, this is Light here. I was going to jump on here real quick and just put a little message out here for everybody.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up, guys? How's everyone doing today?
Good man. How you
Bueno.
doing?
Good man.
AMC is up. That's how I'm doing.
Going shopping.
Love to hear it, guys. Well, here's the public announcement. As you guys know, we have a Discord. Everyone on YouTube who would like to join, we have great text channels. We have the miners parlor over here. If you like mining, we have some great guys in there, very knowledgeable people. As you know, you can also talk with these lovely TAs over here who are very knowledgeable and love helping you guys give those sweet little call outs, whether it be AMC or Doge. If you want to talk with them directly, you can just come on to the Discord. There is a $50 donation for verification purposes. As you guys know, we've had some trolls in the past, and we're trying to really clean up the Discord as well as the YouTube to kind of keep people focused on just keeping TA at the forefront of what we do here. Because at the end of the day, this is all about stocks and crypto, and we just want to help people be educated and encouraged to go out there and try their hand at the markets without any, financial advice, whatnot, because we are not certified to do that. However, we do have people here who are very knowledgeable, who love to help out people in our text channels. We have general chat. We have several other crypto-related channels. We also have a stocks talk channel. So when we guys want to talk about stocks and get away from crypto for a bit, you guys can hop on there and do that. But yeah, and also just as another reminder, just try to keep things on TA. We love to shoot the shit here sometimes and try to, have a nice little community. But at the end of the day, the forefront is getting you guys that sweet information you're looking for. And that's it for me, guys. Appreciate what you do. Glad you guys are here to spread your knowledge and be a part of us here in this community. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Rockets.
Hey, Expectus. I made a chart for you with overlaying between market cap and the chart I'm talking about, so you can maybe stream it for these guys. I just uploaded you that image.
All right, so it seems like we're not going to hold this spot because we keep just inching our way further down to the last bit of this wick that has any kind of buy volume from before. 0.353 is probably where we're going to hit next. All below 0.353 is bought up orders, and as long as those bought up orders hold on. We might be able to just make a bounce there, which it does kind of give us that triple bottom. But like I said, if we bounce off of 0.353, I mean, we're probably looking at hitting around, I don't know, anywhere from 0.357 to 0.356, 0.36 to 0.37.
You mean below that, or
Well, that would be above us from where we're at.
what do you?
Push. Five seven to 0.356, 3.36 to 0.37.
This is eToro, the leading social trading platform with over 13 million users worldwide. We make smart crypto trading easy, offering users the ability to buy and sell the world's top cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and more. Check out what other traders are up to by viewing their profiles and learning about their investment strategy.
4 to 0.336-ish. Really, we have buy signals that came up all the way down to 0.316 that are supported in some areas. Really, we would have to drop out of all of this for things to start to look worrisome.
Right.
You know, because past that, there's not really much of a shelf for us to have support on. So I don't think we'll get further than where we're at, though. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna put probability that we won't go down too much further.
How do the bots do in the activity like this?
Well, depends on how it's set up. So I know Tame was saying like his, if it drops below his range, it just stops working. So, you know, let's say you had your bot set up when it was barcoding here, and you had a bot set up for 0.37 to, let's say, 0.38. Okay. We're now in 0.35. So your bot just stopped working. But his bot can do a trailing stop. So it will go up with the price. It just won't come down with the price.
Hey, yo, I just did something that's really freaky.
What's up, dude?
Look at my chart again.
I'm just gonna stay
Alright.
on this.
Do you see it?
I see you moving a line.
Look at the width. Look at the width. Look at the width. Look at the width.
Dude.
Calm down with your shit.
Right here.
So what's that mean for us?
I mean, it just means that every time we've had a rip, we've gone about the same amount of distance on each one and then had a huge dip around the same length or the same width on each one, each bump in the chart.
Go to the daily chart and count the days. I think you just made a line, but there is a tool for a ruler, and that's what a lot of people will do is they'll use the ruler and then they'll measure and count the days.
Yeah, there's a ruler tool, but I don't know how to use it yet.
Play with it, man. Figure it out and get proficient with all the tools that are available to you.
I'm just learning so much at once. It's wild.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
rush,
that's
man.
how it
No
was for
rush.
me. Even though the information's coming at you, you know, like you're getting beat with an asteroid field, just take it easy, and try to focus on maybe one or two things that you are really interested in and get proficient.
Yes, follow the one or two things that you got your heart on and start watching those patterns and those things and leave everything else in the background a little bit, you know. Take notes when you see them, but focus on the things you really got your heart on, man. That'll help you a lot.
Oh yeah, I got my notepad over here. When I hear y'all talking all kinds of wild shit, I don't know. I write it all down so I can get back at it later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
try to
don't add too much at once, man. It'll make you crazy.
yeah,
There's
try
about a
different
5 day rip.
indicators and just don't overload yourself with indicators. You need to study, a couple, get proficient with them, and then stick with those if it goes with your trading strategy.
Yeah,
The
so
thing,
far I'm running the MACD RSI on here right now. And I got the EMA cross function. I've been messing with it the past 2 days.
Hey, AMC's climbing a bit.
so on the count the days thing, it's about 5 to 6 days width on each bump that we have before it trails off.
You have trading view, right?
Yeah, this is trading view.
Okay. Put the moon phase indicator on there, and if you would for me, count how many days from the beginning of a moon cycle to the end of it that the price starts to, or the trend starts to change. I don't have my YouTube up. Is anybody watching the YouTube stream for super chats?
That's above my pay grade.
Copy that. Negative Ghost Rider.
No, I don't have the YouTube up. Sorry.
It's all good. I'll get it. I'll get it pulled up.
Oh wow, I see why you're always on about the moon phases now.
Does those days add up?
No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, no, they don't. But I will tell you this: that I wasn't measuring 14 candles. I was only measuring the bump, like from the first candle over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and then it starts dipping. There's about 5 candles on each bump before it starts dipping, and so it's a 10-day cycle on each one. But the dips are really fast, and of course, you gotta like look out. Right now, we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's already started dipping on this last bump that we're in. But yeah, wow, the moon phases, that's pretty trippy.
Vicus Kumar, you said Doge sell or a hold on the YouTube chat. We don't give that kind of information. We give technical analysis. We tell you our opinions as to where we will be or where we would go, and you are to make your own decisions as a grown adult.
This is never, ever to be considered financial advice. You're responsible for your money at all times.
This
Everyone
is
buys
fried
69
rice.
Doge.
Only invest what you can afford. Financial advice.
Yeah, this is financial advice, fried rice, chicken chow mein, however you want to see it.
Hey, expect this.
Yep.
When you get a second, I messaged you that chart. Let me know what you think when you get a minute. I know you're busy.
So is that a
Yeah, what
red?
about it? I'm looking at it.
Okay, so that's the distribution method and the whole crypto market.
Wait, who's talking? Who was that?
Water buffalo.
Hang on a sec.
where's this? Did you put the Wyckoff on the total cap?
Yeah, I'll message you. I made a little comparison.
Copy.
So on the 1 hour for Doge, is that a red, like starting to form like a red candle?
Well, we're not done with the 1 hour we're on. We have 3 minutes to close the 1 hour candle that we are on. And in 3 minutes, we will see in which direction this wants to go. But I'm thinking we're probably still going to go down. RSI is still low, and the order volumes are not very high.
Expect this. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I sent you the wrong picture, bro.
Oh, cool. I was actually just about to like make a
Be like WTF. I know. I'm sorry.
Not a picture of something weird, is it?
No, it was just the first chart of the crypto market, not my comparison.
I don't want to see what you're sending your girlfriend, man.
For when
There you go, bro.
For
And
anyone
I'll
who's-
hit you up to.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry, I was done.
For anyone who's been or likes BitTorrent, BTT on the charts, they've been steadily doing a downtrend for about 4 hours, and I've been enjoying a little pickup as it goes along. Keep on, see what's going on.
Yeah, I like these dips, man. You know, especially in coins that you were looking at, you were interested in. You didn't want to put money in because you knew that the price was a little high or it wasn't being volatile enough. This is the time to throw a little bit of money in the dip. If it dips any further, put a little bit more money in, and you can see a decent return. Keyword could see,
Good.
not it's financial. It's not financial
Wise
advice.
man.
Fried rice.
Wise man. What are you guys liking on your dips? What are you buying on your dips today, guys? Tell us.
I like
Chips.
spinach artichoke dip,
You know what I'm saying.
cheese
I like them
dip.
Cooler Ranch Doritos.
You guys are
Queso.
total heads.
Blue Doritos and bean dip, son.
No, not bean dip. You want the jalapeno cheddar.
Doritos and bean dip. That's mine. All right. I don't know.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Hey, did you guys see that chart? Does anybody else want it?
I do like the correlation of how the Wyckoff just matches up.
Do you see how I'm exiting phase D, entering phase E, and how we're on the spring test at the moment?
Are you talking about on the total market cap?
Yeah, it's correlated with the market cap and the Wyckoff distribution number 1.
Yeah, I was wondering. Someone said that earlier. I was like, dang, we've been charting Doge on the Wyckoff. I was like, I wonder if anybody's been doing it on the total market cap.
No, it's the first time I did it, and it's like
Price
right
action.
where Doge is. I did one with Doge too, but
Sorry.
it's
Price action. We broke that resistance there at 36.7.
Or is he breaking your angular resistance? Is showing on mine.
No, my main angular channel, we haven't gotten down to that point, but
I had an angle. I drew a couple, I don't even remember, a while back. I just extended it out, and we're kind of breaking it right now.
yeah, that was coming from up above us, but down below us, my angular resistance, if we were to touch it, would be somewhere in the, let's see, 0.32 range, or angular support.
We just hit it.
Say what?
35.30, 35.22.
Yeah, it touched it already.
No, 0.32, not 0.352.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you.
But right now, it looks like we're coming down to touch where it wicked out to at around 0.353. It's poked through that a little bit, but the body hasn't gotten to this line yet. Once the body reaches this line, we'll probably see a bit of a bounce, and hopefully we don't break the line. I don't, in my opinion, don't think it's a very strong support line to begin with. So we could start seeing our possibility of working our way down to like the 0.32 area.
I would love that.
Wow, wow, wee, wow.
I'm about to open up that bag of chips here soon.
Long as it's not with crab dip, man.
Hit him with the Boomba Clout.
Bumba glad.
Cleo probably makes some pretty good crowd dip.
No, man, that's assassination of me family members.
Oh.
He's got no legs.
I got things that go through man's chest, yeah.
Don't bring scared business to me.
All right, so since Mr. Cleo's here, I'm going to leave it in your capable hands, Mr. Cleo. Kakashi's going to go get him something to eat.
Take care, Kakashi.
Yeah, I'll
Maybe
be.
we get some jerk chicken.
Caribbean jerk chicken is amazing. Man, you guys are making me hungry.
I'm about
Somebody
to go
said
put
my
out
name.
some mulch, so I'm going to be building up an appetite here in a second.
I'm on a diet, so all I can eat is an RX protein bar.
Somebody said Kakashi.
So how low are we?
Push taco.
Long term or short term?
Short term.
Daily or weekly?
I don't even know what the question was.
Yeah,
Where are we going to? I mean, do you want to know what I think for today?
Yes, for today.
I think, like he said, I have to kind of concur with him. 32 cents. We're going to find support and resist around 33 somewhere for today.
And then weekly, you think we bounce back up?
Let me send you this really quick. Hang on.
It's hard to say because I've been calling for about
what's
a
your
week
name?
and a half. That
I'm Torrey Camp, Torrey Camp.
I've been calling for a week and a half that on the 10th we would have a drop, a decent drop. I don't know where to because we haven't, built up enough information for me to even begin.
Is that based off Fed info, inflation info, or just natural, like what you're seeing in the charts?
Based on the moon phases. Crazy enough, but we'll see if I'm right.
I love it.
No, it's cool.
AMC just broke 58.
Nice.
I know, man. I'm making money. People were saying to get out of it, but I went against the grain and I bought a call on Friday for this Friday.
That's usually the right thing. The majority of the market's usually wrong.
You guys see that video about that lady who was shocked when she realized she said phantom shares on live TV?
She what?
It was on I don't know if it was on Fox Business or whatnot, but they were talking about AMC and about the over shorting of sales, and she had said phantom shares, and they cut to her and her face was blank, and everyone had face palm because I guess she wasn't supposed to say that.
Oh, but your mic is crackly.
I see what you're saying.
It's a phone mic, man. I'm sorry about that.
It's all good. I see what you're saying. The synthetic shares, I've been talking about that for a little bit with some of my friends here.
You guys want to maybe strike up a conversation about that real quick and then get back to Doge when something happens?
Yeah, I mean, we can spend a little bit of, a couple minutes on that because we're already dropping. We're just waiting for the bounce.
Zach, you guys cool with that?
Yeah, do it up, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate it. The floor is yours, brother.
Well, there's not really much for me to say on it. I mean, like I said, I bought the call Friday. I had to sit in the red for a little bit over the weekend, which made me a little uneasy, but I think by the end of the week, I might see a decent return on it. I mean, my contract's already in the green, so I'm not going to be too greedy, but I do want to see a little bit of a better return.
Yeah, I think a lot of us would like to see a better return.
Long term, meaning 2 weeks.
Say what?
Where do you see this AMC being in 2 weeks?
That's hard to say. I mean, it looks like it's starting to gain a lot of traction considering all the attention that it's getting. People are starting to see that the price is going up. You know, let's say on Saturday you seen the price come down a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay, well the price will come down. You know, it used to be like $9, $10, $20. I think I'm gonna wait till it gets closer to there. And then you look today, and it's almost to 60. You know, a lot of people are going to get that FOMO factor in there, and they're just going to want to hurry up and grab some stocks. Um, so I think really that's mainly what we're seeing happening as to why it's still climbing is people are starting to want to buy it and hold it, which is good because that stopped us from dropping all the way down to the floor on it.
That's exactly what happened to me. A buddy of mine told me, "Hey, hit it up." It was at $10. When I got home, it was at 13. I said, I'll wait for it to get back to 10, and then from 10 it went to 20. From 20 it went to 40, and then I just never saw anything so close, and I just bought in at 54.
Yeah, man, that's happened quite a few times to me on just different things, even like Dogecoin. We were at a point where we were bouncing in the 30s, and I'm like, oh, hopefully I can get down to 30 even. So I put a buy sell or a buy order at like 0.30111 or some crap like that, and it never filled. And I'm like, crap. So then I had to buy it a few cents higher.
Yeah, story of my life.
It's all right. There's
You
going to be
think-
trains that come by.
Do you think AMC is due to a lot of legal naked shorting? Loopholes of naked shorting? I know naked shorting was illegal 2008, 2009, during the big bubble, right? But what about today?
Hard to say. I mean, I'm sure there's quite a few institutions and hedge funds that are still leveraging down on them. That really, at about this point of this year, I would think that the price should go up. I mean, you're looking at summer, kids just got out of school. You know, granted, movies that have been coming out are not that great, but maybe we can get back on track with that and start seeing some better movies come out. Nobody wants to sit at home. The stocks of travel are starting to go up. The stocks of like Six Flags is starting to go up. People don't want to stay at home, and honestly, I would hate personally to see the movie business go out because I grew up on Friday nights going out to the movies.
Yeah, AMC just came out with this partner program where I believe it's $19.99. I believe a week, or it's $19.99 a month.
Push the talk, bro.
Sorry, I'm in my car. So what they do is it's $19.99 a month, and I believe you get 3 movies a week for the month per person.
See, I like that. I could do that. I could get that pass, get one for like me and my 3 kids, and take them out to the movies to go see, let's say, the new Captain America that'll be coming out. I mean, I think that's a great deal. And it's not something that is too overbearing on a parent.
Yeah, the thing that scares me about AMC, the theaters, is look what happened to the drive-ins. That kind of just got killed off. Now you can just purchase a movie in your house, in your own home. Everybody has a nice TV. Everybody has nice surround, and it's more comfortable.
Personally, man, I could see if some kind of innovation goes into it, I could see the drive-through industry come back. Now, I remember going to the drive-through in San Diego. I love that. That's part of my childhood. But you're right, drive-throughs have kind of gone extinct, but there are two near me here in Kentucky that are always busy because people love nostalgia and they won't ever let it just completely die out.
Same here in Alabama. We've got them all over the place.
Me and my buddies were talking about this the other day, about AMC and how the movie theater industry has been kind of faltering because of streaming service coming out. But I made the argument that the primary reason people pirated back in the day, which I don't condone, is because there was just too much. There's too many paywalls, too many things that were getting in the way. And then streaming services came out, and you saw less people having to do that because they had access to the shows they wanted to watch. But now you're starting to see it come back, and a lot of that's to do with the oversaturation of streaming services. And I think that's another factor we can take into account when we see movie theaters not necessarily dying out. The same thing could be said about GameStop and how people can now stream games and also purchase digital content now from directly on their consoles.
Will Kincaid, just because you buy it for one specific reason doesn't mean that your reason is what fills everybody else's reason for buying it. I personally feel that AMC is a decent stock to hold, just because the company should stay around, not because Wall Street is against it or you're against it or you're trying to short it and make money on it. I mean,
Good
I
morning, ladies and gentlemen.
and after this COVID and everything, people want to get out. They don't want to. They've been streaming movies for the last 2 years, And the drive-throughs. I know I'm out here in LA. They take over the parking lots in some of these big buildings, and they make big bucks on the weekends and in the middle of the week showing these pop-up. Like you said, the nostalgia. We got a whole group of kids that never got to experience it, and it's just when they go up online to buy a ticket, they're sold out, like almost instantly.
What up, fellas? What's going
What's
on?
up, dude? You trying to make some money?
You
They're
guys
having
know
a
what's here to
shareholders
stay?
meeting on the 9th. This week.
SpaceX, Tesla, SpaceX, and Doge are here to stay. What's going on, my fellas?
How you doing,
Let's
bro?
do AMC talk really quick.
Rocket, rocket.
Guys,
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just going to say that AMC has a shareholders meeting on June 9th at 11:15, and it matters because a lot of short positions are in place, just like GameStop. And shareholders right now need to provide proof of ownership through a legal, how do you say it? Not a node, but like a proxy or something. And identification, because there's fake shares that are outstanding that are pushing this price up. So do the homework.
Guys, I just put a limit buy order on 0.34. Anyone could give us a TA, please?
Yeah, right now I'm looking at Bitcoin, and I have a little support under us that we haven't touched yet, which is at 35,463. Currently, we're at 36,000. Or no, 35,600. Excuse me. And right now, I see Bitcoin. It's gonna try to turn around pretty soon, in my opinion. If it does make this third touchdown on this same support, I think that'll be a pretty good sign. And it's pretty linear right now. It's just an inclining angular support I have. So considering that right now, I think a Doge, it's usually more elastic than Bitcoin on the way down and on the way up. So I can right now it looks like it wants to turn around. If not, I would see support at. Oh, let me zoom out to 15 minutes. My first support would probably be around 0.34307, and then a very nice thick support under that at 0.331 around. So 0.33. Those are the levels I think if we do break this level, hopefully we'll catch support there, and hopefully Bitcoin as well will catch its support and make its third touchdown on this inclining angular support, and hopefully start making a move back into its channel.
Excellent, thank you.
So obviously going down with Dogecoin,
Yeah, when Bitcoin goes down, from my experience, I mean, I always expect Bitcoin to stretch out a little further. Usually you see, like right now, Doge has 35 cents and Bitcoin's at 35,000, right? When we see Bitcoin drop, we'll see Doge usually accelerate a little bit quicker than Bitcoin. Usually take more opportunities to grab more lower sales, in my opinion, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But just be aware of that. So usually, just because you might see Bitcoin at 28,000 doesn't mean you're going to see Doge at 28 cents. You might see Doge at 22 cents or something like that, but usually very quick. I'm still hoping that we stay on this like third touchdown we're making, and we turn around by the time Bitcoin hits 35,463, which is not too far away, and it looks very possible for us to make a perfect touch there.
Thank you for confirmation on my chart, Drew.
You're welcome.
Bitcoin currently under scrutiny in the UK.
Doge to the moon, man.
Literally, man.
Let's go.
They all say they're going to go to the moon, but we know who's really going to the moon.
Can you hear some reference?
Do you guys call it the deep dip? Or because in my opinion, it's kind of a normal behavior. I mean, what I mean by that is it didn't really. I mean, generally speaking, all the coins they didn't really dip that much.
Yeah, it's still looking not too bad because Bitcoin didn't dip. It's just doing its normal curves, its normal little zigzag up on this support. So everything still is following Bitcoin because of its dominance. There are a few tokens and coins that do rip away every now and then with pump and dumps, but Bitcoin is trying to gain some support here. And I know there's a lot of people that are very getting uneasy about this price and probably want to get Bitcoin closer to 41,000 pretty soon. Because if we do see Bitcoin drop, let's say below its Fibonacci right now that I have set up below 32,180, we can probably expect that there won't be enough support for it to catch its last wick at 30,000. We'd probably go back under 30,000 this time. Because the second time is actually, it's not, in my experience, after you test that bottom again, that wick, second time it's no bueno. One time is good, and then if you stay on a kind of inclining higher highs, that's awesome. We're still doing the higher highs on Bitcoin, considering like the principal pivot points. There are some lower highs, but there's lower highs and there's higher lows right now, if that makes any sense.
Meaning if it drops, good morning, Drew, by the way. Meaning if it drops Bitcoin down there, people maybe lose a little bit more confidence and they drop.
Yeah, usually the market keeps its eye on Bitcoin, and usually when Bitcoin starts getting towards its support levels, like its principal support levels, a lot of the market starts to sell, anticipating Bitcoin to drop more and hope, the market hopes to get a better position usually in those cases. It's not necessarily fear, it's market trying to take advantage of the situation, I think.
It's weird watching that Bitcoin when it turns red and the Doge just is like in a reverse accelerator. When that thing turns red, Doge just starts drop like a plunger.
Yep, and when it turns around, it does the same thing. When things turn green, Doge turns like green, like a rocket.
They're like directly. I mean, I know they're not, but they're like, well, it's like they're connected.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, right now, almost all of the cryptos are kind of in a macro scale connected to Bitcoin. More of a psychological factor, I think, though. That's why.
Why do they all have a symbiotic relationship?
I think principally it's a psychological factor. Like people like me like to use Bitcoin as a signal. So therefore, if I'm using Bitcoin as a signal and everybody else is, when we see Bitcoin make, a little bit of moves, we might just amplify those moves in a way that we get shook out of, our own coin sometimes. So we see Bitcoin drop 1 cent, and then we think I think my token might drop 2 cents or something. If Bitcoin drops $5, I think my token might drop 1 cent or 5 cents. So, it's just people watching it as a guide. I think, in my opinion, that's what the principal factor is. because there's no protocol, real connection for the protocol to connect the price like that.
So you're saying Doge can break out and Bitcoin can go down at the same time?
Yeah, it's all about dominance, in my opinion.
It's possible. I mean, the way I look at Bitcoin, it's kind of like how, when the Nasdaq goes up, stocks go up. When it goes down, stocks go down.
The crypto barometer.
And I think that drop from 60 some thousand down to this with Bitcoin, I think that was a pretty healthy drop. Some people are expecting more, but a lot of people are expecting more, and that is kind of the reason why I think it might not drop that low.
I'm looking at the crypto market cap, the total, and RSI is back to 42.22 on the daily. I think we're probably going to get a little bit more of an uptick here and start climbing back up, but I'm still calling for the 10th. We'll see a drop.
So I agree on the 10th. It looks like, there might be an apex point. I'm just not sure if it's going to be a drop or, a pop. Drop it or pop it. I'm thinking it might pop it, but that's just me.
Get some more dry powder, man. Drop it like it's hot.
It's gonna drop.
Prepare for the drop. Prepare for the pop. And no matter what, even if you prepare for both, that means you can't get either or perfect, but you can get either or. So by eliminating that, trying to strive for perfection on all of your calls, you can just strive for getting a nice profit on either way.
True.
Especially after you wait like weeks and weeks for movement, then you can kind of feel it out a little bit better.
Aren't they fixing to send out another stimulus?
Well, you got next month, anybody with children, they're going to get that $300 tax break per child.
Yeah, but I heard that they're actually going to be doing another round of stimulus and potentially a fifth one because the economic damage is not going to be resolved within months. It's going to take like a year and a half, 2, maybe 3 years.
I don't know. Hopefully my ex can finally get some kind of money and she can leave me the hell alone.
Good God, preach.
The economic damage is going to be more if they just keep giving out money.
I want that. I want to check, man.
Exactamundo.
Crypto.
In Cali here, that they're supposed to be giving out $600. Newsom, our governor, is supposed to be giving out. It's not federal; it's just state. Going to give $600 to everyone.
Really?
And you get refunds on your taxes too this year.
If you have a structured settlement and you need cash now.
If he,
Wentworth.
He's undergoing a recall. They're trying to recall him. So a few months ago, when that kind of started, made an announcement. They had a big, budget surplus, and so he wanted to give $600 to every person, no matter of their status.
They always say they have a budget surplus, even though they're $100 billion in debt for that super
Yeah,
speed.
I was just about to say, they're always in debt. How do they have a surplus?
No, it's fake.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying we aren't. I'm just saying that was what he was saying. Again, he's being recalled or
that's just
to
what
be
they're
recalled.
saying, yeah.
But the
Without
600 on the
without
table.
being political or anything, I have never liked Newsom.
Yep.
I like him if he sends me $600.
Well, yeah. I mean, I like Biden because he sent me $1,400, but I still don't like him.
Exactly. I am either. I don't get political either, but I'll take the money.
Money's always nice, but eventually, just continuously being fed money, our dollars.
Come
just gonna
on,
go to crap.
man.
Don't I need to
Facts.
I don't like. Well, chemical lives out here in Cali, right? Newport somewhere.
Yeah, I mean the best economic stimulus is just open the economy. I mean, what's everyone tripping on?
True that.
Well,
Because
that's
it's
the
already
thing
open.
is, everybody's still wanting to get that unemployment where you get an extra $300 on top of, whatever the 600 or whatever. And I
Yeah,
mean,
but
it's just
even
not forcing people to go to work.
They
Uh,
yeah,
did
but
that because states needed tax money because they could tax
even things are open, you can't hire people back full time. I can't hire my guys back full time. I'm fully open.
We're sliding a slippery slope.
I know. I actually got a 25% pay raise because they can't get people, and I was looking at other jobs and stuff, and I told them that. They're like, "Nah, how about you stay, and we'll start giving you $6 more."
We have a big work, heavy duty work truck where we get our stuff worked on our trucks, and he had I want to say 20 something mechanics there. And when COVID first hit, there was nothing going. So, anyways, long story short, he's only got about 8 guys on his crew right now full time. The other guys are all kicking back at home until I think the end of July, August, because they're making way more money than they were sitting at home, and they made great money, but they're making way more money sitting at home. He's
yeah, I mean, I don't know how it is in every other state, but I know here in Kentucky, you get $1,000, you know, every unemployment check. Why the hell would you want to go get a job at Walmart or McDonald's or even in a warehouse making $15 an hour? You make more by just sitting at home and letting the government take care of you.
Yeah, like Boston, same way. Massachusetts.
It doesn't last forever. That's why it doesn't last. Those states are cutting it off this month.
Well, I think there's 20 weeks or 20 plus weeks left.
That's what I was saying. Those mechanics they have, the owner was telling us the other day, like he's like, I don't blame them. I need them, but I don't blame them because they're making, an extra $400 or $500, whatever it is, every week, 2 weeks, every paycheck, anyways. But they're all coming back, whatever it is, July, the end of, when it stops, they're all, oh, we'll be back.
I'd fire them all and hire new people.
When the dollar becomes
You can't. No
worthless,
one.
then the law will show itself.
I've never seen so many applications. Everywhere you go, there's a sign outside, now hiring, accepting. There's a burger joint that just opened around the corner starting at 19, the big old huge banner, 19 plus an hour at just a burger stand.
So guys, check this out. I was doing some more research. So I was trying to figure out, what kind of smart contracts has Elon been working on? So he's been working on this Hyperloop project as well. And the Hyperloop project is involving a lot of smart contracts. So it makes sense that he's been implementing this blockchain technology for Hyperloop. So based on what Hyperloop and SpaceX stated, companies are going to be able to eliminate 8 out of 10 steps necessary before going to the airport, always using the power of blockchain and also using smart algorithms that will identify people and match their personas with predicted necessary services, thus making the travel way easier from the mental point of view and letting people and goods move easier, cheaper, and faster. Could sound somehow creepy, but the data will be stored using always blockchain, so the privacy security would be seriously reduced, if not destroyed at all, at least from what he states. Let me see what else there is. Anyways, things are getting interesting. So this, I think, the blockchain that Elon has been working on, whether it's Doge chain, whether he's trying to make a one-layer system combining Bitcoin and Lightning Network, is going to be implemented in this. I don't know how many $1 trillion project that's going to be pretty up to par by 2025, 2026. So I think we could see the transportation sector getting a big boost by crypto and blockchain. And we know who is embedded right now in the transportation sector. So let's go.
I love
Drew.
that research, dude. Love it.
Another thing on that is the speed of delivery of goods is going to run a lot of middlemen businesses out. And by a lot, I mean a whole shit ton.
I mean, there's going to be, I think, people with freight services, they're going to adapt, and figure it out and do new contracts, maybe if it's feasible for them to start working with Hyperloop. There's probably going to be government incentives for freight services to start using that. there would still have to be operators of freight services from what I read. There's actually capsules, so the truck driver would go inside the capsule. He'd still have to go deliver the goods though locally. It's just from hub to hub transport. And then once you get to that hub, the driver would still have his duties, for now.
But wait until they start saying, you're gonna need an automatic driving.
Well, yeah, that's gonna happen. I mean,
the
it's
next step.
yeah, it sucks to say that's that's nature, but in a way, robotics is going to be part of nature in a way, and it's a natural progression of the human being. I think of trying to exceed. I don't know.
Right.
Hey, Drew. Happy Tuesday, bud.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
It's gonna free our time up to be creative.
Drew, did you see the article I posted in news about Elon Musk? He's revealing that he supports Ethereum. He supports Vitalik's.
Yeah, no, those are. Yeah, I've read a lot of those articles, and they're kind of spin doctor articles, trying to make it seem like he supports it. The only thing that
Drew, I didn't see a quote from
yeah,
Elon
exactly. I read
Musk
a lot of them. They're spin doctor articles, but the only thing Elon did say is, I pretty much agree with what Vitalik said. So that doesn't mean anything except for he doesn't agree with everything what Vitalik says, and he says, yeah, I already know what he's talking about, and I probably already took care of it. That's basically what he's saying, and I'm not going to need his help. So
I'm glad you agree with me, because I was sitting there like, where does it say he agrees on anything here?
Yeah, it's spin doctors, man. They're so good at it. People read the titles, they just scan the article really fast, and all of a sudden it's like, popular opinion sways. But that's what spin doctors do.
Yep.
I think that'd be good for the whole crypto community if they did, though.
I mean, why would it be good for the crypto community after how many problems that Ethereum has and how much money it's sucked from the average user? Just I don't know.
Drew, it wouldn't be, but these articles are good for the good.
I think they're kind of twisting.
No, I'm sorry. My first to talk went away. No, these articles are good for the Doge community. I think because any news about Doge is good. Just keep getting our name out there.
Oh yeah, totally. I agree with that. But at the same time, some of these articles, they're giving too much power to Ethereum, and Ethereum already has too much power. And the whole point is to try to cut some of its power down. It's too centralized. It's too, I'm not saying, prototype typically centralized. It's centralized by ownership in a way.
Do you think the random act of the guy in the Bitcoin conference was a bad look for Doge?
No. I don't think anything's a bad look for Doge. Doge is it's in its own level, nothing can stop it.
Doge is a community-run thing, so no one can control it,
Yeah, I just worry that people take those and put stereotypes on them, and then they're like, just giving Doge a bad image as far as the people.
I mean, it's already known as a meme coin. I don't think it's the people that.
Pussy.
Yeah, it's also known in the top 10, so now they know it's something serious.
Exactly.
The alternative or the alternate.
BIIB's moving.
And the only thing, basically, so I'm sorry for all the Ethereum fans, but what I took from all of the information gathered from what Vitalik was saying, and I read the transcript very slow, is basically he's really pitching. He's like, please give us a dApp, give us a bridge so we can bridge our Ethereum to your next fork. Please, pretty, please. I'm sorry for before. You were right. I know you know what you're doing, and it's fucking on. We really want to bridge with you. That's what I got. Like pretty, please with sugar on top.
Guys, I just shared something on general. I don't know whether I should believe it or not. Have a look at it, please.
Wow, Biogen just went up $100 with that Alzheimer's medication.
They just opened again?
Yep, it just opened and it's up like $120 from opening.
151 now. I'm sorry. Wait.
From what?
$151 now. It's at 437.
And to the people asking, thinking that I'm shilling, what percent of my portfolio is Doge? Yes, it's 100%. Actually, I have a little bit of Cartesi as well right now that's stuck onto Masternode, but besides that, I am all in Doge. And I don't recommend people putting all their eggs in one basket, but that's just my strategy for the next probably 7 to 8 years, maybe beyond.
Didn't
Drew, I
Tame
was just
put a
gonna
bunch
say,
in each coin?
What's that?
Didn't Tame put a bunch in each coin?
Yeah, I was thinking I might do that too, like put a bunch in like all the top 20s a little bit later, maybe next year. But for now, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just 100% in Doge. I don't care because I'm loco.
That's a great basket, brother.
It's been doing me well, and I'm collecting nice interest because I'm staking everywhere right now. Liquidity mining, a liquidity pool.
It just
Guy-
halted again. It just put a halt.
Drew, are you staking Cartesi?
Yes, sir.
Where at?
On the node, Cartesi node, through MetaMask. You have to attach it and then unattach it.
Thanks.
You can actually make your own master node too, which is even a little bit better. I'm not doing that right now because your computer has to be running all the time. I mean, you can shut your computer off, but then it doesn't generate. But I just decided not to do it. It's a little complicated. They have some step-by-step stuff. Probably takes about 2-3 hours to set up. But in my opinion, Cartesi is pretty solid. You know, I like what they're doing.
Yeah, like bridges the gap between the programming language of Ethereum, right?
Not only that, I mean, it has its own too. I mean, it could be on top of it, could work on top of Ethereum, but it also has its own system that it can work independently. Yeah, and it's one of the only ones that actually run on Linux as well, so which is pretty cool. Off-chain too. They call it the off-chain blockchain. So you can work on it off-chain and then put it right back on-chain. But if you want to run a node, you have to run. It's like you can run a temporary like Penguin Linux. It's like or some kind of like just a temporary Linux. You don't have to do a whole Linux setup, but you do have to install operating Linux operating system. So yes, that does color my opinion on Doge. And not only that, I know there's a lot of, companies like ADA and Matic and a lot of other ones. They're helping, communities and doing cool stuff. But I think with toxicity of what's going on with this planet, I really like what Tesla, Boring, and SpaceX are trying to do and the research they're doing to, get rid of a lot of this toxicity in our planet.
That's crazy. AMC is like knocking on $60 door right now.
Are you gonna send internet trolls to the moon or something? Get rid of the toxicity.
Send the toxicity to the moon. I mean, right now, there's a lot of Tesla's already come up with a battery that lasts 350 years. Just it's still prototype and stuff like that. And there's also tech right now working with organic batteries, such as hemp-based batteries, which are pretty performant. And there's organic rocket fuel right now. And SpaceX has some contracts with a gentleman that came up with a very nice mixture of organic ingredients to make rocket fuel. Don't panic, it's organic. Rocket, rocket, rocket.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning, good morning, good afternoon.
Woke up at that outside at that Airbnb where I watched the fight last night with them shorties.
You just hanging.
I woke up, they were gone, and there's money on the counter. I kind of feel like a slut right now.
I was about to say, was your wallet still there? Look,
Nah, it wasn't.
other way
Yeah,
around.
all my money is straight. They
That's
left
what's up.
extra money. I was like, wow, that's different.
Sure they didn't get your passwords or anything like that, man?
Right? Nah, hell nah. I didn't bring nothing with me to that spot.
Like, oh, what do we got? His crypto password? We're leaving a little tip. We out of here.
Shorty said, "Get yourself some breakfast." I was like, "The fuck."
That's nice. That's a good look right there. That's kind of
Yeah, I'm not
stepping
mad
up
at
some
it.
game right there.
Weren't you on Discord all night?
Yeah.
Nachos are good, but man,
Yeah,
it hurts
I
when it
do
jabs
something here.
into the roof of your mouth. Sorry.
Biogen is moving again.
Bitcoiners are sweating bullets right now.
Where is it at? I'm not even looking.
It's still hanging right there on that angular support. Actually, I have two angular supports. It's on my upper angular support at a point. Oh no, I'm sorry, 35,662. I got another one right under it. If it touches that with its wick, that would be perfect. This is on my 15 minutes. If it touches on 35,465, that would be great. Just a little wick touch like it did previously at around 6:30 on the 6th yesterday. And it did another one on the same line, another point at 6 o'clock on the 5th. So 6 o'clock, maybe we'll get another touchdown at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I see what you mean. That's a stout bottom, low being around 34.8.
Yep. So, you know, Doge is keeping a tight grip right now. You know, even numerically, as you can see, it's pretty not too far off. Numerically, just if the decimals are different.
For the last week, it's been setting up for a wedge, and I've been wondering which way it was going to test the bottom and then go up, or stay in the range.
Yeah, I mean, I would think, you know, if it's a ascending triangle, you know, it'd probably have more of a chance of leaving this Fibonacci. If it's a descending triangle, you know, but sometimes it's the vice versa. So, you know, you can never play off the ascending descending thing. In my
Right.
opinion.
It's actually good that we're gonna test the lows today, and the fact that it's not just flat out dropping out. It's a good sign that there's support all underneath.
Yeah, I'm still feeling pretty confident with Bitcoin though.
I'm trying to get in around 35.
Oh, you want to get in on Bitcoin?
I was asking if you were just
Oh
talking.
no, I'm just using that as a guide right now, as a signal. Yeah, me, I'm, you know, my thesis on Bitcoin is that it's gonna go around to 40,000, 41,000, play around there for a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and hopefully gradually make it to 50. But I don't know if it's gonna have enough power, considering all these cryptos coming out and making moves and taking dominance to go past 55, 60,000.
Right. I've really noticed a shift in cash from one side to the other lately.
But, you know, if who knows if you know, some big solution comes out with Bitcoin. But the thing is, the solution that I'm thinking of would have to be a fork. So I don't think that would help Bitcoin either. It would just help whatever the fork is, you know?
Right.
So it's a strange situation we have going on with Bitcoin right now, you know? So, but I think it's still, I mean, it has so much market cap that, you know, to take that down, it's definitely going to take a while. That's why I'm thinking it's going to hover between, you know, first it's going to stay at 40, 41, hopefully gain some support there, and then slowly try to creep towards 50. And if it makes it past 50, I don't think it's going to go too much past 50. Like, I don't think it will crack 60, in my opinion, for a while until like something fundamentally happens, like some kind of benchmark moment.
I could agree with that. That 50. Trying to look here.
Right now, that's like every other coin and token's mission is to keep biting away at Bitcoin and taking part of its dominance. You know, so you know,
It's definitely cannibalism. I agree to
yep,
that.
exactly. It's market cannibalism.
I noticed that when this was about a couple months ago, when Bitcoin was going down, Ethereum was going up, and it seemed like they were shifting cash over.
Yeah. Now, also, I mean, if you know, if there was some trades, let's say the digital yen, and they made official trades from Bitcoin to the digital yen to gain growing buying power for the digital yen, it would make sense that even Bitcoin is losing its dominance too. Because imagine what's going on that we don't know about the digital yen right now.
One of my state senators from Arkansas, French Hill, I posted about this last week. He did a interview talking about cryptocurrencies and the fact that basically China has come out with an electric currency that the U.S. is going to respond
Yeah.
with an electric currency, and that he had been working with some other out-of-state senator and the Fed for all of what I can only assume the tail end of 2019, really, but all of 2020.
See, it could be a bluff, but what China is officially saying is that, or what their project is they're backing their crypto by gold. But there are a lot of people who are saying that that could be a bluff, even though China has been known to be hoarding gold for a long time now, and under the radar as well. But some people are saying, it is a digital yen. China's saying it's backed by gold, each yen. A lot of people are saying that's a bluff. They're saying maybe some of its principal nodes might be backed by yens, but it's an interesting situation we have. So
They do have a lot of gold.
It's
Oh, yeah,
fun-
yeah.
It's funny that they're doing that because there are some folks in younger generations, especially mine, who don't really care about owning gold. They'd rather own the crypto.
I do.
Well, you
I
have to,
said some, man. I didn't say everybody or most.
I mean,
I said some.
you have to take in consideration that China, they had a very good relationship with the Chavez and the Venezuelan dictator. So they basically, they raped the gold that the National Bank of Venezuela they had. So all those years there has been traveling back and forth with airplanes full of gold.
And from Africa too.
Our kids or grandkids are going to be part of the next gold rush when we're going to start mining asteroids and at the moon.
Yeah, by that time it'd be 100 pounds per whatever the price of gold is now, though.
Yeah.
Some people think the mining of asteroids would kill the price of gold. No, it wouldn't. You would just add more gold weight on top of that price.
No, it would because it's supply demand.
Effectively, yeah, but not really. All that would happen is the ratio or the weight of the price of gold would go up. Meaning, I think the current price of gold is based on the ounce. So instead of the ounce, it would be on the pound.
I think the tech standard could become as powerful as the gold standard, especially in an industrial world. Like
I agree, and it's more fluid, and that's why I said that some folks in my generation younger care more about having cryptos, other forms of currency than gold.
Yeah, and a lot of people, well, you can't touch it. What can you do? If society fails, internet breaks down, electricity, it's like your
what
gold's
good's
not.
gold
Yeah, exactly. You're still gonna have to hunker down and just like chill.
Well, here's
The reason why gold is still attractive is because the buy value of the buy strength of gold is pretty much the same as it was like 50 years ago. An ounce of gold could buy you a nice suit then. It could buy you a nice suit now.
The whole problem with the idea is if the world falls out, gold is the only thing that's going to be worth of any value. If the world falls out, civilization is over. Nobody gives a fuck about gold.
Services just working for people, doing that's what's gonna help. Growing some food for some other people, stuff like that.
Exactly. I mean, it'd be agriculture, that kind of thing. So this idea that gold is going to be the thing when the apocalypse happens is just BS.
I agree with you totally, 100%.
I'll be using that gold myself to make electronics.
Well,
Yeah.
it's kind of the same thing that's going on in the EV industry right now. Every gas vehicle that's being sold, all that money's not going in to make another gas vehicle or combustion engine. It's going to EVs.
Yeah, and I think that's why U.S. got its last stock of reservoir. It's like it's stocked up. All that dirt it's been doing. Not necessarily dirt, but whatever it's been doing, collecting a lot of oil reserves, and right now it's just stocked up on oil and gas. So they're probably going to say, all right, this is our reserve. We're not going to focus so much on getting more. We got enough for like the next few years, and while these next few years we got this reserve, let's just start moving it towards electric somehow, some type of renewable.
I wonder what's going to happen because Saudi Arabia is desperately trying to get away from oil because their entire economy is dependent on it. I even think they skipped a couple of folks in line for the throne or whatever they have to put some relatively green energy guy in, something like that.
Yeah, in Dubai, the DMCC, they launched new crypto to leverage some of their problems, I guess. Let me see what.
Yeah, things aren't looking too good over there. Europe is going EV pretty quick.
Yeah, so the multi-commodity center, the Dubai's multi-commodity center, opened a new crypto center to accommodate businesses operating in the blockchain and cryptographic sectors. So I guess they're definitely getting on it.
I don't know who this other guy than Drew's talking is, by the way, but everyone on YouTube is complaining that your sound is too low. But I think that's on Tame's end because I'm hearing you at pretty much the same volume here. So, like on YouTube, nope.
Let me do this. Let me put headphones on.
Thanks for that, man.
I'm talking on a tablet.
Get that super chat, Drew?
Super chat. Yes, super chat from Iron Skull GM 5 Bones. US debt clock is predicting a 7,200% inflation rate by 2025. Just look at the difference between average savings between today and 2025. Thank you, Iron Skull GM, and thank you for the 5 bones.
Hardly anybody young has any money to save.
I don't know. There's smart young money I see too. There's a lot of kids that are starting to.
That's why everybody's into cryptos. Is it's untapped potential, and it's a generational problem. But a lot of the young folks are locked out of what the older generation used to be able to do with ease. Is next to impossible nowadays.
True.
So I just see it as a way of stealing the torch from the old folks, basically. I don't know if that went through.
Yeah, in a way, I can see what you're saying.
I mean, at this point, I think it's pretty widespread. I think more of a barrier nowadays is internet access. I think once Starlink comes, that's gonna be like a great nullifier.
It is, and I jokingly call it Sky. I'll never understand why Musk didn't get with Arnold Schwarzenegger and do a joke like that.
Wait, but you cut off Sky what?
Skynet.
Oh, Skynet. Well, yeah.
Just get Arnold Schwarzenegger. He would be down for it.
Like, there's people. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just BSing.
I was gonna say there's people in our own country that don't have internet access, like in the Appalachians, and I mean, bunch of different parts in this country. It's not even around the world.
Very much so. I am from Arkansas, which is one of the. I think we used to be the second. Now we're potentially the third poorest state in the union. A lot of people here do not have access to internet, namely because it is way too expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
What are the prices like?
Well, minimum wage here is roughly about, I think it was $12.50 last I looked, and gas prices are currently around $2.70, so $2.70.
Pittsburgh, there was 180 close to
A buddy of
Pittsburgh.
mine
It was
in
$1.80.
like a buddy of mine in Vegas, he's paying 170 like a month for like Cox internet, and it's like the worst there is.
Yeah, Cox is.
And another friend of mine, he lives somewhere up in the mountains or something, and he has like gigabit up, gigabit down, and barely pays anything for it.
Right.
There's
It
no
depends on where you. It really does depend on where you live. The real problem is in the last 20 years, most ISPs like AT&T and such haven't really upgraded their network or their lines. I used to have a debate about this with my father because AT&T way back in the day, Alexander Telephone and Telegraph, owned everything. and they own all the lines and all the stuff in the ground. Well, I'll say that stuff is old. It's from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's out of date. It's no longer any good, is what I say. So anything that comes along that's bigger and better will be the thing. And right now, that seems to be the Musk's Telelink.
Looks like Doge is back at 36 cents right now. Looks like it is trying to get some volume on the BTC pair as well on Binance Global.
Heck yeah, let's make that V right here, or what I call the bat wing.
If I could chime in and talk about what you're talking about, the ISPs and all that. For 3 years, I used to do lineman work for subcontractor for Spectrum in California. And let me tell you, AT&T and all these companies have thousands and thousands of miles of fiber optic cable that I was even laying down. 4 years ago, we were installing towers for the 5G that I didn't know that that's what it was to us. And the crew, it was like, oh shit, we're installing light poles that are going to be antennas. We didn't know it was going to be for the 5G. So we were doing it 5 years ago. But there's a lot of fiber optic that is not being used. And the only reason why my conclusion was people are not willing to pay the price to have fiber optic cable going into their homes.
Coinbase just tweeted.
Some areas where the fiber optics is cheaper than the other one.
Well, the problem that AT&T had is they should have invested in fiber optics 15 years ago. They're only doing it now.
So guys, Coinbase just tweeted, ICYMI. Thank you to the gentleman that just said that. You asked, we listed. Doge is now on Coinbase, and we're giving away 1.2 million in Doge to celebrate opt-in and then buy or sell 100 in Doge by 6/10/21 for your chance to win. Limit one entry per person. But I like the little GIF they got with Doge there, and it's pretty cool. A lot of people is Twitter's feeds and stuff, so it's pretty cool.
I was surprised that action there with Coinbase, the listing didn't bump the Doge up much, if really any at all.
Well, the news bumped it up. When we heard the news, it bumped it up very nice.
That was 3 days ago, roughly, I think, or last week sometime that happened.
Right when Coinbase Pro first posted.
Right, Coinbase Pro posted, and then I think like 3 or 4 days later, you could buy on Coinbase.
Yep. And people were expecting 6 to 8 weeks, so everyone was just sitting back, relaxing. All right, we got time to breathe a little bit, and then all of a sudden, whoop!
Yeah.
Yeah, we had no news for that.
Now, when I saw that volume push a day before the day we thought it was going to come, I already knew what time it was.
Well, there's not only that, the fact that Coinbase will allow you to go through Google Pay and Apple Pay with Dogecoin now is a big deal, and not much happened with that.
And I was looking at Doge pairs, like with Doge BTC, Doge with a British pound, with a euro. There's some nice volume even in those pairs. I was surprised. I thought those were going to be deaded, but there's people are moving those.
Right.
Hey Drew, do you know about the Wyckoff method?
Yeah, I try to stay away from it.
I sent you a picture. I'm not going to talk about it, but my name's Water Buffalo. If you don't mind just giving it 1 minute, I made a chart against the market cap versus the Wyckoff method, and I just
You
wanted to
should
see
talk
what you said.
to IO. He's
That's
the
interesting.
Wyckoff king.
Yeah,
we've been talking about it for the last like month.
Yeah, I'm definitely not the one to talk about the Wyckoff theory.
I think putting it up against the market cap is an interesting
But
idea.
I'm just
though.
saying in general, if you see the chart,
Oh yeah, what's
and look at it,
what user are
what's
you?
the correlation you think?
Are you streaming right now?
Water Buffalo. No, I sent you an image of my chart, and I put in there the top is the Wyckoff.
Okay, yeah.
And the bottom's the market cap for crypto.
And are they both? Is this 1 year? Both of them? Up the top is
Yeah,
exactly
the
1 year?
bottom tells you the date. Let me look.
Anyone can Google the Wyckoff method, and it shows you the whole layout.
Yeah. See, the whole thing when I look at this Wyckoff method, I mean, it's interesting, but I don't know. I still think it's market orchestration made back in the day by the big boys.
It goes back to December 2019. I mean, 2019, and it comes up to today. in my opinion, is coming out of phase D, going into phase E. And if you just look at it, your time. I don't want to interrupt.
No, I'm definitely looking at it. The way it ends, is kind of indefinite, looking like it's supposed to go for to where, what kind of chart pattern is there? But I see resemblance, but it's too, it's too much of a, vague. It's way too vague for me to be like, yes, I see the pattern, or I can't
If
see.
someone followed this pattern in 2019, they'd be a billionaire.
Not
Jump on that.
Well, no, it depends. Following it, you can get wrecked because look, your third section there is way before what's happening here. People would get wrecked if they were trading, trying to scalp, going off this. If they would do long term, yeah, of course, long term, anything's good to go. But
You're
it's
right.
not.
At that point, just do the Berkshire.
If I was using that, as a guide, I would get wrecked on your phase C. Totally get wrecked right there. All
Yes, sir.
phase Z, I would have got wrecked if I was using that as my guide.
Yes, sir.
But I appreciate you sharing that.
Thank you.
Thank you as well, man.
Everyone who bought in 2009 would have been millionaires by now anyway.
Supply and demand.
If you go by those and you're like, this is the way, and you're like, oh yeah, this is, I figured out, this is the theory, people have been studying it, and then you go by, and there's the proof right there. If you put up that yearly, those trades could have gone way wrong at phase C. But yeah, I think it's good, that you're checking that out.
Biscuit brought it to my attention. It might have been Io Napa. It's hard to tell the voices sometimes because they just have the accent.
Right.
But someone brought it to my attention.
I was going to ask if anybody was following or researching NFTs, like what's going on with them right now.
What specifically were you looking into?
Nothing really, other than that. I'm assuming it's making headway in the arts department, basically music,
Yeah.
potentially book.
Yeah, people are
Whereas
Sorry, go ahead.
Whereas other areas, it's a bit more iffy and not substantial.
Yeah, that's the main thing. People are using it for art, like modern art, like putting a banana on the wall, basically.
Right. I'm kind of waiting on a court case to define it in a real world scenario. Somebody's gonna screw.
Yeah.
Basically, and they're gonna go to court over, it, and then they're gonna define what the heck an NFT really is in court. And by that time, or when that happens, things have a path.
That's the thing about it. Like, it's not actually like a copyright or anything, but you can say like I'm the original owner of this piece. Like, I have the original, and all the images you guys have are copies, but this is the real one. That's
when the creator,
basically what you can say.
When the creator mints it, he has an option all the time, and every minting platform gives you, the creator, that option. Do you want to pass on the copyrights or not, or do you want to preserve copyright?
And it's not even just that; it's the royalties that you can make off of that for how many.
Yeah, like 10%.
100%.
Yeah.
You can't. Most of them, nobody's giving. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's giving copyright with them. They're giving them ownership rights, which is different. So they can't make royalties off ownership. That's what people found together. It's just like buying a token.
From the artist perspective, it's a lot safer, and from a consumer perspective, it's also a lot safer because you're guaranteed that what you have is something that's actually original.
Yeah,
it's authentic.
And that's kind of where the argument is. And then we get into trading cards and things like that. And some people don't care about trading cards, other people do. And then originality and so on and so forth.
Well, the commercial aspect is a part that a lot of people don't talk about. Like Nike releasing NFTs to a certain sneaker that is minted 1-to-1.
Yeah, I heard they were doing
that can be
some
things
Michael
like that.
Jordan NFTs.
Exactly. Concert ticket.
Future, I think of NFTs. I'm probably going to give a lot of people some ideas that I haven't seen people going into, but I hope if anybody that has the know-how and tech to do it, think of connecting 3D printing with NFTs, like Beam Me Up Scotty type of stuff. So somebody provides a CAD, or 3D, like 3D Max render. So you do have all the X, Y, and Z's of the data, and somebody can actually be allowed to 3D print that NFT, which is pretty cool. So if I give you guys any ideas, you're welcome.
That's a pretty good idea. I was thinking, as far as books go, books for college people, because books in college right now are an utter nightmare and a scam.
It kind of already exists with 3D printing, but not as official as an NFT. But there's like websites like Etsy, where you can either sell the 3D model or sell the actual printed part and ship
Right.
it.
That's what I'm saying, though, to connect it to like for an artist to connect their NFTs to 3D printing services. That's
Because what
kinda
people
my
really
hobby,
pay
so.
for is exclusivity. Like you're the only one that can print that out, so it's completely different. It's a great idea.
exactly.
Why do you see Donald Trump says Bitcoin is a scam?
Because he's trying to load up right now. He's stocking up.
Really?
Yeah, he's
That's a
probably
fact.
a bunch of his friends are like, oh, come on, Trump, get on it, because people are desperate. So they're definitely hitting him up. He's in Miami hanging. He's in Florida. Everyone's like, Trump, please, just come on, get on that Bitcoin. So he's probably, this is just my theory. He's probably like, nah, all right, let me get that price down just a little bit lower before I jump in, and let me post something up and get the word out that Bitcoin's a scam and jump on it. Why
I'm
not?
not even sure if he cares anymore, really.
You mean fake news?
Well, for his buddies, I'm sure he likes to, making his friends happy. He got some good friends, and his friends love him, and he loves his friends. So, all right,
He pulled a lot of that
might
Twitter stuff in 18 and 19, man. Moving prices.
if you could, would you?
Yeah, and I'll never understand why they didn't really call him on it. It got to the point where, what was it? J.P. Morgan had to come out with a analysis of his tweets and what prices would do based on his tweets.
It's like Elon Musk.
Yeah, kind of. But, the fact that Elon Musk can't put up tariffs on steel and say you can't buy from this group and make it illegal and take it all away.
Well, he could with his private companies.
But I believe that might be some kind of SEC ramifications. Depends, I guess. But then again, Musk doesn't like City Hall, and he's won just about every argument, if you ask me.
Joshua Burkhart, I do think it can, but with patience. And I like that you said again. Keyword again. Thank you, Joshua. He asked me if I think it can really hit $1,000 again. Doge.
Doge? Oh, God, yes. Please let that happen.
Doge hits $1, y'all can have whatever you want, man. Just let me know. I got you. I swear to God.
Oh, man, I could use some money to invest in some other stuff.
Telling you, I really want to be having these conversations with you in 5 years, and we'll all be hanging. That's all I know.
I usually come in here every now and then, but I'm quiet. I just listen. Charles, by the way, I've been in here a few months.
I'll give you the all clear to land your helicopter on my yacht, Drew.
No, man. You got to do the Bezos thing. You got to have a yacht on a yacht.
Drone bike, though.
With a submarine under it.
I'm already on it. It's just not safe enough yet.
Yeah, towing your party barge.
Okay, Doge went up 14,000% this year, and here to $1 only 180%.
Exactly. Just a chump change, just a little bit. That's all we need.
That's why the dollar is not the moon.
Exactly. It's just a good milestone. Stepping stone.
Still holding in at 40. Got to wait for it to get back above there. It did last week a little bit, but then it came back underneath.
Jake of all trades is addressing your comment, Drew, about it hitting 1,000.
Oh, let's see. How can Doge reach 1,000? I thought it was impossible due to the fact that there's no cap and unlimited supply of Doge. PS, I want to see it 1,000. Just didn't think it was possible. Well, you can actually see it at 1,000 if you go to Binance US on the date of July 8th, 2020 at 9:30 in the morning, and you will see Doge at $1,000 due to a price spike that crossed its bidding zone.
Drew, I talk about a lot Bitcoin guys about Dogecoin, and they say Dogecoin is unlimited supply, so it's not worth investing.
It's not unlimited supply, it is limited per year.
Yeah, but because of its high limit, it
And
has value to the world.
Ethereum actually has the word. Ethereum is the one that's more of an unlimited tech, and people aren't talking about that.
Is there any chance they can burn Dogecoin, some Dogecoin?
It would not be necessary because they created a balance to figure out with the miners and the minting, and there is no need to be destroyed, from what I understand.
And it's almost the same thing with the Fed anyway.
Just think the limit of Doge isn't going to go up when the market cap does. So even though it seems like a lot of Doge now, when you have 25% global adoption, it's going to be nothing.
I checked that.
That price was not fake, because if that price was fake, they would have to take it down. It's recorded price data on Binance US. If they took it down, they would have legal ramifications.
Yeah.
Not fake. Umbra broker. It did hit 1,000.
I saw it was on June 30th on the 1 month chart. June 30th.
Brokers have to review the data. I was just going to say, brokers have to review their data just about at the end of every week. That's what they do on weekends.
The 1 month doesn't give you accurate daily data, so you're going to have to zoom in to figure out the day, but I did do that for you guys, and it's July 8th, 2020, 9:30 a.m.
Hi, Drew. Just want to say hi.
What's going on?
Question is, who sold
It was
it?
crazy last night. I like what you sent me. If this is the same gentleman that sent me that, that was cool stuff. Thank you, Nancy. How many Dip Master belts do I hold? The undisputed Dip Master Rocket. Much appreciated, Nancy. I have one belt, undefeated, undisputed, heavy Dip Master of the universe.
Oh, are you fighting Mike Tyson?
No, but I did challenge Mayweather as well when I saw him. I saw him rocking those Ethereum shorts.
Drew, do you have Instagram?
Oh yeah, it's on the YouTube description up on the top left.
Yeah, he had Ethereum and Fashion Nova Men on the same thing. I think we're all right.
Yeah, he's
You know?
making that money. I'll give it to him. I'll give him props, man. Hats off to him as well, man. That's my man. I was clowning earlier.
Man's a billboard.
Don't
why
forget about
not?
the OnlyFans hat.
Why not, man? You know, I'm sure he's helping his peoples as well.
I want Bitcoin to hit 29K and get it over. This is bleeding.
It might do that at some point. It got down to 28 last May, or this past May.
And then whoever just Umbra broker, maybe you can help me find the volume, because when I did it on Binance US, when I zoomed in like that, the volume disappeared, so I couldn't figure out the volume. Maybe if you want to help me, but it's just on the USD pair. There was no USDT volume like that day, no BTC pair. So if you're interested, I don't know. I want to figure out the volume on that day as well. I'm going to give it another shot soon too.
Hey guys, Kelly P here. Could you please walk me through a short thought? So the NFT is like copyright. Am I right?
It depends. Most of the NFTs that a lot of like these famous people are making, they do not give the copyright with NFT. They give ownership.
So let's say this 3D modeling NFT things comes out, and I create like let's say a hoverboard or something like that, and I do the copyright thing. Would I have skipped the whole patent thing, or what do you think? I'm just
You would know. You'd also
looking
want to
at your perspective.
You would also want to register, the patent as well, but that will authenticate your ownership basically, and that you are, the owner of that product basically. The minter they call it. You are the one that minted it.
I'm glad you asked that. I was just
Because
asking about patents.
But yeah, it's always good
I'm
to
wondering.
and it's not too expensive. $30 to $100. You can usually patent stuff with the U.S. government. I don't know how it is with
Yeah,
global.
that's the issue.
Yeah, I don't know
Like the issue is the government. Like let's say I have something that I don't want the government like to somehow get ownership of. Would like in the future where NFTs are like the same
Yeah, well, it's
as
possible.
let's say patents or something like that.
You can still win.
What do you think about that idea?
Yeah, you can still win in a court case without government patents. The only thing government patents really do is help you, prove it in case if there was a discrepancy in a case that they would actually help you prove it basically, and it helps you. They give you extra authentication. But once you are,
Sure.
once
No,
you
I
are,
get you.
yeah, so once you are properly authenticated, if you have a proper lawyer, you shouldn't have any problems without going through a government patent, but you would probably need a pretty good lawyer if you came into some copyright issues. But what you would want to do is make sure when you're minting your 3D model is that there's always like depending what site you use, Mintable, OpenSea, Rareable. There's options that say, do you want to preserve the copyright or give copyright? So you would like to preserve copyright, basically.
Yeah, because I was just thinking about this idea, like if this patent thing could also be like decentralized, and the NFTs seem to give a good option if there would be just an idea, if there would be like a future or something.
Yeah, it would help, prove a court case who has proper ownership, so you could actually do it without the patent. Technically speaking, this is not financial advice, but I would say, it would probably be good to have a pretty good lawyer if you're not, using government patents.
Y'all are talking about exactly what I was pointing out earlier, is that it's going to take a court case like this to define it in the real world. That's kind of where we're at on NFTs, in my opinion, is we need a legal definition, which there is none right now.
Well, it's kind of like a, collectible artwork right now. That's basically how it is.
There is that, but in the legal world, there's not one. As far as I'm aware of right now, there's not one. And I don't think there's a case for one right now. So it's open.
Good point. Good point. I want to look that up, see if there are any cases. Very good point.
But it's interesting. It's really interesting.
It really is. It's and all it basically means is just creating potentially a new world law with an old world law system, if that makes any sense.
A lot of people are saying even like there's going to be NFT bonds, basically like transportation bonds. Like say with a Hyperloop.
I heard about that.
Yeah, an NFT bond basically. So if that if there's a lot of cargo in that one passage, from one city to one city, and they wasted a little extra energy, there could be an NFT bond created with that to leverage against when you do better with energy, basically. So they're creating NFT bonds for energy consumption of Hyperloop stuff. Like already thinking of that stuff. It's going to get really interesting.
That would be good in general, just for electric bills right now.
Because NFT is it's a non-fungible token, basically like a cryptocurrency, but it's not the currency. It's a token and it's non-fungible. So it means nobody can recopy it after it's been minted, basically.
How's it going, everybody? Groups here.
The only thing, like, it's all an Ethereum thing.
No.
Right?
No, there's NFTs on
Well, you
many
pay.
many blockchains.
Oh, so the one. Yeah, okay,
Ethereum's
okay,
the
okay.
big one though, because a lot of the big minting sites are based off of Ethereum.
Yeah, they're
there's
like confirmed with the Ethereum blockchain, I believe.
not all of them, but now it's like even OpenSea you can choose between Tezos, Ethereum, so you can choose. Ethereum has the worst gas fees, and I tell people to avoid using NFTs with Ethereum at all costs if you want to be financial, feasible in your transactions. Sometimes it's a one-time gas fee, and then you can do your operations, but especially for people that aren't that tech savvy, you might get stuck figuring out how to get through all these NFT gas fees.
And that's why I really kind of stayed away from that whole NFT stuff, was because of those gas fees. But now that I know that there's other coins, I'd start making something myself.
Hey guys,
But
I
you can
got
you can make
this is
sorry, one
Scripture.
second. Let me just finish. You can make the NFTs without paying the fees if you agree to get all the fees at point of sale. So if somebody gives you an offer, that's when all those So like Mintable, if you go to Mintable and do it on Mintable, you have that option. I think OpenSea is doing that option. If you as a creator, same thing, but you won't get anything unless you have an offer, and then you'll pay, and then everything gets paid. Go ahead to the gentleman. I cut off. Sorry about that.
Yeah, this is Crypt, man. I just wanted to chime in for a quick second and ask you guys: is there anything driving this this downward trend right now, or is it just a healthy retracement in your opinion?
Probably Donald Trump is he's driving it.
AMC is taking the same exact dip, if that gives you an idea of what powers are behind the dip.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk, they want to buy some more BTC real quick. AMC's pushing up their game, and they're probably going to want to jump into who knows what's going on, but that's my opinion. It's BTC right now that's still figuring out the crypto market, and AMC is probably pulling a lot of users from Doge, especially on platforms like Robinhood.
But yeah, at least now I'm a bit more interested in that
Appreciate that.
NFT stuff. Oh, sorry.
But it's still looking like Bitcoin hasn't collapsed. It's still on its feet, in my opinion. So we got to keep our eye on it. Go ahead. So you had another question?
Digital horse racing using Ethereum.
Digital horse racing using Ethereum?
Yeah.
What's it based off of?
It's based off of the blockchain. Like, I can't remember right offhand the name of the website, but like, you like buy horses. It'd be just like buying the NFTs, I guess. You actually buy a horse that's created on the blockchain, and you race it.
That sounds like pseudo numbers though, or pseudo random generators.
Yeah, that was my question. Is it RNG or like what actually controls the speed of the horse?
I'm gonna do some more research on it, and I'll get back with y'all. Give me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Sounds interesting.
Hey Drew, Skelly P here.
Hey, what's up,
I remember before that there were some talkings about how like the rights of the NFTs haven't quite yet been worked out, but I've been seeing that like this one woman, Natalia Karayaneva, has been actually working on a project where they will be selling real estates in form of tokens as NFT tokens, where you can just purchase the token and you actually have full access to the building and things like that.
That's
and I would actually
go ahead.
Yeah, no, I would actually just expect those things to fundamentally have to first be laid out like with the law and things like that. So wouldn't that more validate NFTs as how do you say more?
Somebody has. Do you have sound in the background, my man? Is there like something playing in the background?
Sorry, yes, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. So I got your question. Yeah, Natalie or Natalia, her idea I think came from Tezos, because Tezos has been doing this for about 3 years already, and they already have real estate in London and in Paris that they tokenized already. So there's kind of a pool buying for buildings. It's kind of like share ownership, like you said, of real estate. Even the music hall in in Saint Versailles, like the Music Palace in France, that is also owned by owners of the Tezos token coin. So the real estate has been split up in blockchain years ago. And yes, she's trying to make it cool with NFT, but that is already tech from the blockchain. No NFT is really necessary for that, but it's cool. You can do with NFTs as well, or you can do with tokens, or you can do with cryptocurrency. It's just authenticating the ownership, basically. And that's what NFTs can do as well. So she's making it, giving it a hip little twist, but the foundation is already there. Tezos was already doing it.
I wonder how that would affect.
And that is pretty much commercial. Sorry.
Excuse me?
That is commercializing it.
Oh, yeah,
that
it's
is pretty
good.
much commercializing it and bringing it more to
Selling virtual
like
real estate
normal
isn't
people.
new either. I was doing that in Second Life. If you Google Second Life, but it was for fiat, but you would sell parcels and
No, but
people had
this,
to pay.
sorry to cut you. This is real
No,
real estate. The
you're very
Tezos is like,
right.
it's real, not virtual. It's like straight up real,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
real, like real buildings. Yeah, like brick and mortar.
Further authenticating the deed, like a second or third authentication that the deed is legit and owned by such and such.
Because just
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were talking about like Decentraland, like the
Decentraland,
mana
yeah,
thing.
No,
yeah.
I've got an aunt and uncle who own a titling company, so we deal with or I've dealt with a little bit of deeds and stuff like that before. It's
Yeah, cities are moving their ledgers to the blockchain so they don't have paper problems. You know, they're keeping all their papers in like file cabinets and stuff that can be erased and manipulated. So the gentleman that just got cut off, sorry if I cut you off, but your mic just cut off. You know, I think city deeds like house records and stuff, all the public deeds, those are going to be on blockchain in the future too.
All right, guys, this is Crypt
yeah,
here.
I think it's
funny.
no, go on.
As all I was gonna say, it's funny you say that because the courts are going paperless right now. They're putting everything electronic.
That makes sense.
All right, guys, this is Crypt here. I looked it up. It's called zrun.com. It's digital horse racing powered by crypto. And I don't know all the details about it, but the name of the website is ZED Run.
Sounds like something I'm going to stay away from, but
Thanks,
you guys
bro.
have fun with that.
Well, I didn't get into it yet. I was just asking if any of you guys knew about it, but it seemed pretty cool.
I mean, if you like, you know, casino type stuff and horse racing, yeah, it could be fun. You know, I'm not too fond of that stuff though.
Yeah, I was watching a live feed on it, and these guys were making like thousands off their horses, but their horses also cost thousands of dollars too.
Yeah. Could be a moneymaker though. You never know.
Sounds like Star Wars.
Me, I'm staying away from. I mean, sorry guys, but if it says ETH until they solve their problems, I'm staying away from them.
Now, I may be wrong. It may not be Ethereum. It might be powered by something else, but I know it's on a blockchain of some sort. I'll do some more research tonight whenever I get back on, Drew.
Cool.
And I'll let you know what I find, man.
Appreciate that, man.
With my luck, I would buy a gimp horse that lost every race.
That's why I stayed away from it, man. I could only afford the gimp horse.
First time I've ever went when I was 13. My dad taught me how to figure the races out and bet on the horses. I told him which horses to bet on. And one of the races, I was one horse off from winning 13 grand, and I walked out with $1,300. Basically, pick the horses that haven't won nearly as much recently. Drop a small amount on them. Odds are better.
Drew, what would be the benefit of encrypting deeds and real estate documents?
Oh, well, first and number one, they can't be manipulated. And if they are, you know, people can see the trail and who manipulated it or what user manipulated it. That's number one, I think. Multi-backup, you know, like digital multi-backup, multi-signature systems. And it just makes sense, you know. I mean, everything's going paperless. And paper records are no good. You can manipulate them very easy. The
I
whole
was gonna
point of
say it'd be hard to falsify records.
exactly. So that's the whole point. And the people that are used to changing the little numbers around here and there just to pinch a penny, they are not liking what's going on. They're like totally
The
against it.
the only question I have about that is I like the idea too, is what happens when there's already been a falsified document that's been introduced into the system.
That is a very good point. So right now I did research some of that. So they're like trying to vet stuff really, really like hardcore before they put it in the system. But that's probably going to happen. It might solidify some void cases actually that might be fake and might solidify them. So that is the other side of the coin. That's a very good point you brought up.
Yeah, because that comes up in court cases all the time,
Yep.
especially embezzlement and things like that.
Ideally, a title insurance company would insure something like that. But that's kind of the point. Is those documents are meant to be real simple to access for anybody in the public that wants them.
Well, yeah, I'm sure all the accesses they have, they're just going to digitally, upload them to the system. But I'm sure they're going to, if there's like let's say some deeds that still have like a flag on them or something, there's still some work to be done on them. They're probably not going to upload until they do their due diligence on what's going on with those flagged records that they have. Because even on paper, they still have like probably a folder, somewhere like this is, still, problem folder over here.
It's a droning process, man, and especially after COVID, things are backed up even more now than ever. I'm surprised any business still gets done, because when courts are down, no money's exchanging hands because no documents are being written up.
Yeah, I don't know. Paperless is so much better. Ever since I started paying bills like paperless and stuff and traveling in Europe and stuff and back and forth, it makes everything so much easier. I do not touch cash and I do not touch paper. No paper
They
hand.
charge you for
Straight
sending
diamond hands. Hold door roll. No paper, no cash. Straight diamond hands. True crypto.
Anyway, I'm gonna bounce. See y'all guys later.
Take care, man. Have a good day.
Likewise.
Strictly diamonds, no paper.
Morning, guys. Mic check, please.
Sound good. Good morning.
Hey guys.
Push start.
Hi, I was just asking if anybody knows a good buy and sell indicator on trading.
Somebody was saying that they found I don't have it on the trading view I'm using because I'm on the Binance trading view, but the Ichimoku buy and sell. There's a buy and sell Ichimoku as well, which somebody said they've been having success with. Yeah, I think you have to type BUI and then Ichimoku, not Ichimoku buy.
Does that help with different time frames as well?
Yep. Yeah, because Ichimoku adapts to all your time frames as well. It's kind of like moving trend lines, resistance areas, amorphic resistance areas, basically.
Okay, I have a question about the buy and sell indicators. When I was trying a couple of them just for fun yesterday, I sometimes find that the buy is higher than the sell signal. Like, what does that mean?
I'm not sure. I don't use signals. Anybody want to chime in?
To me, that usually means it's not a good indicator. Like I'll back test all the indicators and see, and if I see too many of those, I'll either try to change the properties of it, or I'll just move to another one.
Yeah, I just thought I was doing something wrong because I was choosing one that had like 11,000 votes beside it or 11,000 likes or recommendations. Like it's one of the top ones that was coming up. So I was sure that I'm doing something wrong or something I'm not understanding. I just didn't know what it is exactly.
A lot of these indicators are meant for specific times, like 5 minute, 15-minute charts, hour charts. So maybe Google it and get a little information of what it was intended for, and see if maybe you're just on a wrong time scale.
Yeah, I can't even get Binance US to pop up any buy sell.
I think it was just on TradingView. I couldn't find them on Binance TradingView.
Some people use the super trend for buy sell indicator when it flips green. But that's just some people, you know. So when it's red, you know, it's still sell. When it flips green, it's a buy. Super trend.
Okay, I'll give them a try. Thanks, guys, so much.
Mic check, mic check.
What's up, Biscuit?
It's good.
What's
Hello,
up, Biscuit?
guys. Good morning. How is everyone doing?
Doing fine. Another day, another cryptos.
Yeah, I when I saw the rejection last night, I exited some of my positions early, and I think an hour ago I re-entered some. I entered two. I re-entered Reef, Bitcoin, and I don't know what else did I enter. I entered something else. So.
Doge in your sleep. You're
Oh
hypnotized.
no, I definitely on the low 35. I added some more Doge to that bag.
Nice.
Very cheap.
Do you have any TA on Bitcoin, Biscuit?
So my sub loss is at 34,400, I think 34,400 in that range. So I'm targeting 37 or the end of 36. And there is like nothing more into it. This is just like the market, in my opinion, the market is being undecisive. Like there is momentum pushing both ways. People who want to push it to the lower of 20K to buy it cheaper, and people who are like, no, 30K is very good bottom for me. I'm in already, and I will keep adding more with time goes by. So there you have it. Seems like the market is stabilizing around like 36, 37 until further notice. But if I see it drop below 34, 400, yeah, I will accept my loss and just watch how low can it go. Because, you know, the bottom is the bottom until it's not.
So who is stronger, buyers or sellers now?
Neither. This is why the market is sideways.
Undecided right now.
Yeah.
Super chat. Crazy old man 5 boned. Drew, you're my Dogecoin therapist. Enjoy your calm voice. Rocket, 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 rocket. Thank you, crazy old man, for the 5 bones. Really appreciate that.
About the indicator, I heard you guys talk about this. So you need to think of the indicators like there is no indicator that will make you money all the time, because if there was one, everyone and their mom on the internet would be using it. So an indicator is just another tool to help you make that decision, but not necessarily give you 100% guaranteed decision making. So you need to use that indicator with an open mind that this could be a very false sign to buy or sell at this point, because there is more into the market than just one math occasion that will figure out when to buy and where to sell.
Yes,
And you can something that you should do that I am too lazy to do. I never do with my indicator because I made it like I use the cross and moving averages and NARS. I use the basic stuff honestly. But like, however, if you're into these like advanced indicators, you need to learn how to back test them. There is a way for you to test that indicators on a certain range of time and make sure that this indicator will give you like over 50% of success. That's how you make money basically. Anything above 50% will make you money because you will win more than you lose. So there is a way for you to back test it, but I don't know how to do it. I'm too lazy, but yeah, you can do it. There is Google. I'm sure you get this.
I find it simple as a fairly new trader to just keep 2 or 3 good indicators until you get really good at them.
Yeah, I was just trying to, like, let's say, learn a couple indicators. Like,
Push to talk.
I was trying to do the EMA 50 along with the MA 200, along with the Williams alligator. But because I don't know like extreme details, I was trying to look at these ready-made buy and sell and kind of compare and see where the buy signal comes on that ready-made indicator versus what I'm learning on EMA 50, MA 200, and some volume and alligator method. So I just wanted to know like a good ready-made indicator so I can kind of confirm what I'm trying to learn with the other ones.
That's a good strategy. I would just keep researching. I think you're on the right track.
I think you can never go wrong with the classic RSI, MACD, and moving averages. I mean, without them, the chart looks empty, just like bars, like price going up and down. But like when you put these 3 indicators, it's like, oh, okay. Like the bots or the people are longing because this, the people are shorting because of this, and it make a little bit of sense.
Can you just explain?
Push to talk.
I was just going to ask, like, can you explain just briefly, like, the RSI and the MACD, like, what I'm looking for? I know the 30 to 70 and the overbought if it's too high and oversold if it's too low. But, like, what time frame, for example, if I'm trading 15-minute, 30-minute, like, what numbers am I looking for and looking for in the RSI and the MACD?
So basically, what you said is like I think that matches my knowledge about it. I'm not like into depth about it, but yeah, when it comes to different time frames, the RSI and the MACD will adjust based on that time frame, and you need to figure out that like if you're trading on a short time frame, let's say from 5 to 30 minutes, 5 minutes to 30 minutes, you should be entering and exiting that trade between those ranges. Like you should not stay in a trade more than 30 minutes and then say like why the indicator was telling me to buy, what happened, because the time already passed and that indicator should reset. So yeah, just the basic numbers of the RSI, like below 20 like is a buy, like above 80 is definitely a sell. You don't have to exactly juice up all the possible profits of the trade. You just take what you got and walk away as soon as you can. I want to say something. Just give me a second. I'm trying to kill this guy. And he said, sorry, I'm playing a game.
I was just going to ask that.
Yeah.
How do you play and do push to talk at the same time?
I have special roles here. I'm special. You can ask for it, Drew. You don't have it? You just ask team to give you the speaker role. So
Nice.
you will
Okay.
have, yeah.
I had no clue about that.
Because you contribute a lot here, so I think it makes sense to give you one. Anyway, the indicators, yeah. Yeah, the RSI and the MACD. So for the MACD, here is my trick. Okay. The MACD, it makes like for me, it makes when it's selling, it makes red bars, right? So it makes red bar and then a darker red bar and then it flips blue. So I would wait for it to make the second darker bar on the red side and buy and sell on the second blue bar. This method for me has been like over 80% successful so far. I always like refer to it. But the problem with this method, you will not squeeze all the profit. Like let's say you can make $200 off of this trade, you will only make like 50 or 100, which is decent if you ask me. But it depends. So for the RSI, yeah, it's just like buy below 30 and sell above 70. Just you can do it even blindly, or you can have your bot do that, and you will have a above 50% success rate. The issue here, the indicators in general, when there is high volatility, when the market makers are playing their games, when the whales are playing their games, you just take all your TA and put it to the garbage can. It's pointless. What you should do as a smart money is exit all the positions and sit and watch until it's barcoding, until it's boring. Then you know it's a chance to re-enter.
Food cocktail, not financial advice, man.
I'm from Libya. I can give the people anything.
He's like, they can't sue me.
Yeah. You're gonna do wait for me at the airport? Like, sir, Mr. Biscuit, we're from the FBI. We have been waiting for you to come to America to sue you for your financial advices. Basically, you made people lose money on the YouTube.
Nah, man. Mr. Cleo don't make nobody lose any money. They win-win. Crystal ball, not crystal meth biscuit.
Can I
They
ask you?
use camel humps, but okay.
Dude, that should have been.
Me give him a robot one day. Check it out. Use 2 MA lines, 2 fib lines, and never miss his stop loss 1%. Trust me, Mr. Cleo tell you one day. Crystal ball, not crystal meth. Cleo. Cleo. Me love the people.
Fucking shoot me.
All right, I'm in a top 10 situation. I'm gonna focus on my game. Be back
Do
in
it
a bit.
yourself, you know.
Yeah, man. Millions can do it.
So Doge is back at that 0.00001 area that I was saying is very crucial on its BTC pair. Looks like it's going to use that 0.0001004 as support. Hopefully, considering what's going on with Bitcoin and the way this chart looks, I don't think it's going to want to go down too much more. I think it's maximum. Let's see, it's immediate support would be, last one would be 0.0000981. Actually, one more zero between them, my bad. 981. So we're not that far off. If we do use this as support again, it could probably potentially move us to the top of my trend line pretty fast, I would say, which would be 0.0001109. With Doge against USDT back at 0.368, but that's like in 2-3 hours the way my chart was looking, and that's just by looking at the Doge BTC pair, no kind of TA or nothing like that, just looking at Doge BTC.
I want that 0.335 and I'm good.
And looking at Bitcoin versus USDT, it's right now there's some overhead pressure, it's still pushing down, but we also, let me get my volume in. But volume-wise, it looks like it's going to be ready for some spikes soon, because that's what Bitcoin does. It decreases volume for a while, decreases, and then all of a sudden get some spikes. Hopefully, we won't get some selling volume spikes, but that's what it does.
How you doing over there, Drew, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm about to go out for a ride. It's a little hot outside here, though, man. Nice and cool in Transylvania.
It was blistering hot in LA yesterday. Today it looks like it's about to rain. Super.
Drew, where you end up going, man?
Right now, I'm in the States. I'm in Pennsylvania right now.
Oh yeah, PA hot.
Yeah, it's a little hot and humid today, but not bad. I'm gonna go for a ride in a little bit.
Might see Joe Biden.
I'm gonna pass on that, but you know what's up.
You got your cats with you?
Yes, sir. I'm a ride or die cat.
Drew, Cleo give one last call, one last one for the people. Then we take the journey.
I heard a lighter.
Super chat. Oh, dirty bags, two bones. Whale meat, feed the people. Wagwan. Up, up, up. Thank you, old dirty bags. That was probably for Mr. Cleo.
Up, man.
Brethren.
Bless up.
Got another super chat from Vinny Master Pasqua or Mastro Pasqua. Vinny Mastro Pasqua. I hope I said that right. 1999 bones. Thank you for that. Hey guys, appreciate everything you do. I'm a little new at this, currently holding 22,500 Doge at 39.3 cents. Is it a good idea to sell a portion of my bag to average cost down? And if so, what is a good ratio to us?
Ooh.
There's it's you. I can't tell you what to do. And you know, it's a good idea if you feel comfortable doing it. You know, that's all about your risk management, you know. Right now, you know, you're still, if you have a vision of Doge getting to $1 this year, you're not sitting at a bad average. You know, 39.3 is, in my opinion, is not bad. I was buying around like not too like 2 cents lower than that, so that's not bad. In my opinion, me, I don't really think about to get my average cost down. I always think of getting more coin. If I'm in a long term position, I stop thinking about the average down. But that's just me. If anyone else wants to chime in.
I would just suggest doing it on paper and making sure that the coin you think you're going to gain is worth it. Use a calculator, find out if it's even worth it. But 39 is a good place to be, man.
Hello, is Piska still there?
He just stepped out for a few minutes. He said he'll be back though.
Now, if you don't have any dry powder and you have some time on your hands, you might pull out a little bit of that position to play with. But beyond that, I like everyone's advice.
Yeah, you do have that option also. Go ahead, Mr. Cleo.
I just said keep eating the well meat, man.
Yep, that's it right there.
Hey, is there a as far as the Head and Shoulders, is there a time frame that it, works more often than, because I'm seeing a Head and Shoulders at the 5 minute, but I don't know how important that is in that time frame.
What minute did you say?
5 minute.
Yeah, it's not gonna. That doesn't mean there's gonna be some kind of major reaction to that, but you will probably see a similar reaction in a micro scale, like within your 5 minutes. You know, to the portion, like proportionate to it. You know, so you might see, that chart double. That wick go maybe double the size of that previous pattern, but that's not that much because you're in a 5 minutes, so it's not that much growth, basically.
Yeah, I see. Thank you.
And likewise, if you see those in bigger charts, I mean, longer time frames, like an hour, that's when you see those bigger moves. They might take a while, a lot longer to move, but they're good for, if you have patience to get in and out of positions. You look at those 4-hour moves and see, or like, 1-hour moves. That's what I do if I'm trying to get in and out of positions. So with a more profit, it's just take your time with it and try to figure out when am I going to get these patterns on like a 4-hour, because that's when you can just jump in and then just leave and put your sell and just do your thing. With those small ones, you got to stay on it, in and out, in and out, in and out. But when you find those patterns on a big scale, you're like, all right, I'm thinking this might work. And then you just jump in and put your sell point.
Yeah, that gave me a lot of insight. Thanks, Drew.
No worries.
Shout out to the man in the chat that makes 17K on the call. Whoever you are out there, man, much love. That's what you call diamond hands, man.
And yes, there was a YouTube viewer saying my only projection is up, and he is correct. My long-term projection is only up. That is why I'm not scared of these dips, and that's why I listen to the bears so I can take advantage of these dips and throw down. But yes, you are correct, and I have no shame in saying that my projections are only up because I'm a long-term investor.
Drew smart, man.
Appreciate that, Mr. Lee. You're very smart as well. We got a super chat from Jared Bressina. 5 bones. Drew, based on your local charts, what do you see the most likely scenario that plays out for Doge through the rest of this year? I see its next step is going to be gaining that support at 40 cents, which, in my opinion, should happen within this week. After that, we're going to have to shoot for 50, psychological level. That's going to be a big resistance. That's going to turn into a very proper support, in my opinion. And from 50, I think we're going to be, by that time, very primed. We might have some new fundamental news coming out. And I think we'd probably be primed for a move from 50 to 74 cents, 75 cents. Probably make a rest at around 69 cents to 70 cents by, I'd say, a month and a half, 2 months maybe. What are we in? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I'd say by the end of the year, in my opinion, we will be at around $1.25. But it doesn't mean it's straight up from here. Like I said, it's probably going to try to stabilize at 50. Once it stabilizes, it might make another move down to 47, back up to 75. From 75, it might make a move back down to 60. From 60, it might try to make a move back up to 84, 85. 85 is probably going to make a move back down to 75. From 75, that's when it's going to probably want to start cracking $1. It's not going to make it its first round. It's going to bang up against the roof for like 2 times. Then it's going to crack through that $1 like a bat out of hell. And then it's going to get capped around 125. And then it's going to just rocket straight down, probably under $1, shake a lot of heads out, probably stabilize back around 85 cents for a while, and then slowly creep and bang against $1 one more time, and then do the real damage it's supposed to do. Ow, ow, ow!
You got that written on the chalkboard, Drew?
It's a lot of up and down, but, long term, up.
No chalkboard. He's answered it 1,000 times.
I know, man. I'm just playing with him.
And considering with the hyperinflation of the fiat currencies across the globe that I'm considering, my 4.6 year projection, actually 4.5 year projection now, is $1,000.
Hey, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did you kill that guy?
Yeah, I came second place, man. There was 3 of them. I was solo. Got 4 kills though. Nice.
It's not Fortnite, right? It's PUBG.
Yeah. Trying to rank up. Get that ace ranking.
I think we might
Who's
see this today.
Who's this guy on the chat? His name is Singarich. What's wrong with him?
Who?
Singarich on the YouTube chat. Do you have a problem with me personally? What happened, man?
I wouldn't worry about chat, dude.
No, it's okay. I like to have fun with them. Just that this guy is putting crystal balls and speaking like facts from his ass. So just wondering.
Hi, Biscuit.
Hello.
I'm good. I've been on YouTube for like some months and I've been listening to you. I really appreciate your work so much. You're a great guy. And I listen to you every day
Thank you.
for like a
Welcome to
month
the
now.
party, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Welcome up.
I just want, because I'm not really, you don't say much like that concerning future predictions. So I'd like to know what you feel Doge will be at by the end of the year. I want to hear from you because you hardly say anything.
Yeah, if Doge, in my opinion, if Doge maintain this 30 cents floor, it can easily hit a dollar, but that is tied to the overall state of the crypto market, which means that we need to see the numbers everyone is waiting for, which is Ethereum at 10K, Bitcoin at 100K, stuff like this, around that range, in order for Doge to hit that $1 target.
Oh, okay. Thanks a lot.
Because we have the devs working on some stuff. Elon Musk, Doge 1 satellite. So I think we have enough reasons for this cryptocurrency not to be dead or label it as a shitcoin anymore because it has volume, it's being traded, and it's being used. That's all you need in a crypto.
I pretty much agree. I would say that the terminology between hitting a dollar and stabilizing at a dollar is, it's pretty broad.
Yeah, I think it's either like the market state or the Doge whales have managed not to make it drop all the way to like 6 or 7 cents again, because that is the state of a bump and dump, which you bump it to something insane like 74 and then drop it to something wild like 6 or 7 cents or even 18. That would be like bump and dump, which Doge used to do back in the day when there was no one watching it. However, now these moves like 20 cents, 40, 20, 50, 30, 70, 50, 30. This is a normal market behavior, in my opinion.
Anybody know where XRP is at right now?
$1 maybe? Where is it? Let me check.
Yeah, so it went past $1, and now after this whole bleed, it's still kind of stable around $1, and XRP is probably going to move past $1, and I don't think that's too difficult for Doge to do as well.
Yeah, 93 cents on my end. Finance Global.
Yeah, so when it touches $1 again, it's probably going to rip through that again, XRP, and then go towards 120, in my opinion.
Yeah, we need so like with this whole like I don't know if I think the Bitcoin's maxes or the whole crypto is trying to set the fire on a new trend, which is countries buying into crypto and making it legal. Which to be honest, I thought this would come after like 2 or 3 years, but it seems like it's happening now. So if this race actually happens and like countries are like Russia watching US, US watching China, who's gonna do it first? Like the Arab world would be competing. Saudi Arabia will come in and say, "Hey, maybe crypto is something. Let's make Bitcoin illegal and stuff." It's gonna be wild. You're talking about like the whole world literally accepting the fact that we have cryptocurrency, which is wild.
I wonder what it will happen if they take it in Cuba.
It seems like the South America is driving the trend, right? Was there news about another country other than?
I think Hi Pisket. I think it was Paraguay as well, which is more South America as opposed to El Salvador being central.
Interesting.
So the Communist Party of Cuba suggests including cryptocurrencies as an alternative to deal with economic crisis. What's that?
I was gonna say, what's going on with the UK and the police on Bitcoin?
Your mic's kind of muffled. UK and Bitcoin, you said?
Sound like
police.
Yeah, there's something going on with the police trying to ban Bitcoin or freeze it or something. I wasn't able to read it.
Not heard any of that.
You might want to check. You might want to check your mic, my man. Up, Cheddar.
Oh, that wasn't Cheddar.
Oh, I thought that you were Cheddar. My bad.
Oh, me? No, sorry. Is something wrong with my mic? Is there?
The other gentleman that now, if you were the one that just was talking about the UK Bitcoin, whoever was talking about the UK Bitcoin, their mic is messed up.
Oh no, I was just saying I haven't heard anything in the UK about the police trying to ban.
Your mic
ban it. Cheers, Drew.
Sounds like Cheddar. It was an article on Robinhood, so it's for the mic issues.
Yeah, Bitcoin faces fresh scrutiny as police call for new powers to freeze crypto assets in UK. So that sounds like a spooky headline, but it's probably some people that have been breaking the law.
It's no different to them freezing normal assets. They freeze houses,
exactly,
cars, anything. You know what I mean? They'll take your wig if you wear one.
Yeah, it's for people that are money laundering and stuff like that. So yeah, it makes sense. It's nothing, nothing bad for crypto. It's just people getting caught trying to wash money with crypto. So more people are getting caught.
If it gets on their radar, then you know what I mean. It's probably a good thing.
Well, yeah, now it's
Hopefully
much easier. Yeah, exactly. Now it's much easier for people to get caught.
Back to my beef on the YouTube chat. Like, kids, this is why you shouldn't do drugs. This guy with all caps and crystal balls spamming
I
the
see
chat. This
that.
is why.
I
This is
see
why you
that.
should not do drugs.
Crystal
I mean,
ball, not crystal meth.
yeah, you can do drugs, but don't do meth like this guy. I think he drinks meth for breakfast in the morning.
Whoever the singer guy is, thank you, man. Me fan of you. Thank you, but man, not the crystal balls. Maybe because he 15 for 15. Who knows, man? But thank you, man. Be humble by that.
Now he's calling you a witch, Cleo.
Nah, you don't mess with the dark world.
No science, no voodoo.
Nah, man. Me don't even like me shoes untied.
All right, so Bitcoin is at its lower angular support that I drew up, and it is just touching it the way I wanted it to on the 15-minute. Hopefully, this is the point where it wants to. Actually, no, it already did turn around. Sorry, because I'm colorblind here. There we go. So we did already turn around on the. It's 3 o'clock. Let me see what this hourly looks like. Hold on one sec. So we did open up on a green, if you know what I mean, and we opened it perfectly on that second angular support I was talking about at 35,489. We're already at 35,550. Looking good in my opinion. And if anyone sees my chart, look at that. It's like clockwork. I mean, it's just like bang right there.
Yeah,
Andrew.
now the
I'm not
crystal
looking at
ball
your chart
guy.
because you're not streaming.
The crystal ball guy is saying that people like me because of my accent. I can actually confirm, like, when your mom slid to my DMs, she was like, talk to me, Biscuit, in that accent.
All right, sorry guys.
Wow.
I thought I was streaming. I'm streaming now.
Gracias.
Y'all, no industry crystal ball, no crystal man.
That's a lot of lines. Are you using just every single EMA and AMA possible? Or?
Well, I mute them like I'm used to audio production, so that's why I just mute them when needed and just play with them. So I just do it like that and mute them, unmute them whenever I need.
I'm waiting on them call outs,
I
Cleo.
remember that from back in the day. Sorry.
And I like to keep all my MAs on like a nut bag that I am because it turns into a water, and I just consider this a river flowing through the mountains. Sometimes it has waterfalls, and sometimes there's mills picking it up. You can see that support I drew. It's like a parallel angular support right under inclining angular support that I drew back from way back here from this 30 that kind of touches just a little bit on this 15, a little space, but it goes through the body of this one and the wick. So I connected this wick, kept it parallel to this, and bang, look what we got. A perfect touchdown right here.
Did you guys see that post that they're gonna auction the meme of the Doge? They're made into NFT, so they're gonna auction it starting Tuesday.
You're gonna buy it, man.
Not me, but somebody will. I think that'd be good.
He's the one. He's the one who made it, and he's trying to sell. Like raise awareness. And, he's gonna be a millionaire.
You can't buy a Doge with Doge.
One Doge equals one Doge.
Trade you.
All right, if you pay the transaction fee.
Drew should just make an NFT of his rockets.
Actually, I
Turn
got
that
some
into an
work.
NFT.
I got a few in the works. Appreciate that.
Drew, can you give me those rockets, please?
Rockets.
Come.
How did I miss? What? Wait, it didn't record. Oh my god.
You want it again?
And I don't know, man, what happened? Oh no, it recorded me. What? Okay, on three. 1, 2, 3.
Rockets, 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 rockets.
Profits, profits, pockets.
Cleo,
my
Cleo,
Yeah,
Cleo.
my sampler is broken. It's okay.
I broke your sampler with the rockets.
Explosion.
Come rocket.
Whoa.
Pause.
Super pause, man.
My bad, my bad.
We got to reset everything to get the pause off my brain.
Pause, reset, rewind.
Plan the replay, DJ.
I do think Elon made or his crew made some profits on the Come rocket.
Elon here.
Drew, you like saying that, Drew. You like saying that word.
No FOMO, no FOMO.
Hey, does anybody know anything about CKB? That's their ticker. Today there was an announcement for Cardano blockchain and Chinese public blockchain Nervos, which is that CKB. They announced today they will be launching a cross-chain bridge to connect the two networks. Let's see. Basically, they're only ranked 140, so you would think it would help them more than Cardano, right?
Drew, real here.
What's up?
Not much, man. I just woke up. What have I missed in the last 5 hours, 4 hours?
Nothing at all. Just probably 2 cents since you went to sleep.
I went to sleep at 37, woke up at 35. Was there any catalyst?
Actually, 1 cent
Catalyst
and a
or
half.
just
We're at 35 and a half, so a cent and a half. The catalyst was Bitcoin. Kept on bleeding a little bit. Bitcoin just crossed my level, guys. Get out some dips for your chips, some chips for your dips.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. Okay. So it's just a little Bloody Monday. Oh, there we go. Crystal ball. Tell me.
It's actually me. I fixed my sampler.
Oh, good morning, Pisket. I'm still working on how to bring you over from Mexico. Don't worry.
I'm coming to El Salvador.
No. You're coming to Mexico. We're gonna sneak you into the U.S.
But
That's
they
it.
said they accept crypto and it's legal.
Uh-huh.
Do you have that in the US?
I'll make it work, bro. Don't worry.
In his own gated community, it's accepted.
I got a safe house you can use on the other side of the border.
How much you weigh, Biscuit? I got a drone.
I think I'm 68 kilograms.
Speaking of drones, I took my drone to get repaired. They replaced the gimbal, and they didn't know how to recalibrate the gimbal after charging me $280. Yeah.
Wow.
I can walk you through it.
How low can you go?
So they charged me just for the part and not the labor and stuff. Then I figured out you got to get Python and update firmware manually.
What kind you got? A Phantom?
DJI Maverick Air, the first one.
Oh,
All right, guys. Sorry to cut you guys off, but put your seatbelts on.
Yeah, I'm watching. TA, anyone?
Yeah, Bitcoin, it went past its level that I was hoping it wouldn't go past. Right now, it is playing with my emotions just a little bit, where it's bouncing on 35,389. Doge, surprisingly, actually, nope, it is taking an L right now. Sorry, take that back. I was about to say Doge is not taking an L, but it is.
We are 1K away from my stop loss. How low can you go?
Doge BTC pair still staying at that 0.0001 level. That's what I'm going to focus more. Hopefully it stays around there. I could care less if Bitcoin drops with Doge at the same time, as long as Doge creeps up on Bitcoin.
Biscuit, can I ask you a question, please?
Biscuit, someone has a question for you.
Biscuit, you here? Biscuit is making some sales right now, probably, or some buys. Or some buys.
He said we were close to his stop limit or sell limit. Did you read that article that supposedly the Colonial Pipeline got their Bitcoin money back, $4.4 million?
No, I was curious on that.
I don't know. It just popped up on that site, Decrypt. Just says the Justice Department today is going to make an announcement with further details later today about the operation and how they got it back.
I guess they did it. They hacked themselves.
Well, the fact they sent it to Bitcoin addresses on how they did it, they probably knew that with their power they could get it back as long as they have those addresses. But I don't know.
All right. I'm going to sprinkle in a little right here. Might be a stupid buy, but I'm going in a little bit.
Yeah, I just put a little bit in.
Captain Sprinkles.
On the 1 minute, we hit 353 and bounced right back up. I'm sorry, 352.
I threw it in at 35.75, but
yeah, I'm doing a little sprinkle right here.
I'm learning to use that 25, 50, 75 down there on Binance US instead of FOMOing on stupid things.
Boy, the chat crazy.
Right. Bitcoin got to make a move past 35,582 for it to really get out of this, try to get out of this trough it's in. Maybe not necessarily this move. On the 1 minute, we might get another A, B, C, maybe on the D to get back up there, hopefully, without going under 35,347. That would be, under there would be kind of no man's land.
There was some BUs on that bit.
And that would be no man's land down to 35,233, probably would stop there. And if we kept moving, then 34,820. And then our last little price action we had previous, which was that dip to 29,000 something. Let me get on my 15-minute. Yeah, 31,000. But I'm hoping that we catch the support at least at 36,383. Oh, sorry, that's I'm way back. Hold on. Shh, I'm on him, Wabbit.
She's a gusher. She's bleeding.
That happens once a month. Mulțumesc, ce voce honest. Cum te cheamă, honest? Ești în România? Eu am plecat în România. O să mă întorc la plajă, la plajică, la Mare Neagră. Sorry about that, guys. Just kicking some game in Romanian to this Romanian chick. That's what I like to do. No shame in my game.
As you should.
You like Romania?
I love Romania, and I got so much love to give.
Which part? Which city?
I like all parts of Romania. Black Sea. I love the Black Sea. I love Brasov, like the Transylvanian Alps, Carpathian Alps. All around, I love the Northwest, Northeast, Timișoara, Cluj, Iași. things that go pew, my emotional TA. I am feeling so emotionally good right now. Just got another little sprinkle in. A little sprinkle of some pumpernickel, hopefully.
Sprinkling this thing like some glitter.
Danchu Cluj is awesome. I performed there at Untold Festival. I used to produce a lot of Romanian artists back in the day. Check me out, Drew Klein.
Cool.
AKA Drew Crypto, AKA Brigada Artistica Urbana.
Speaking of romaine lettuce and
AKA El Flaco.
did
Hey,
you ever make
Drew,
it up here to the States?
Drew, what's your YouTube?
Drew Crypto. DRUKRYPTO.
AKA El Flaco.
Who's El Flaco?
That's your nickname, Drew. Your other nickname, pseudonym.
I like it. I like it. El Flaco.
That's me signal when we call you out to the Batcave. El Flaco.
It's like fly over here, Flaco.
Yeah, man.
Rocket fucking flame.
The hill, she got that emotional indicator. Did you find that on TradingView? I found mine on Tinder.
I meant to say grinder.
Not for me. Tinder, Bumble. Kind of like Bumble a little bit more though. I like just, not having to reach out, girls reaching out to you. Makes it a lot easier. Kind of already filter out a lot right there.
I've been married way too long to even know what any of them are.
Divorced, so I'm chilling like a villain. Happily divorced.
Did you ever make it over to the States?
Excuse me?
His private jet just landed yesterday.
Yeah, I'm chilling right now.
I'm chilling.
Appalachia.
I heard that exhale of the ganja.
My whole winter out right now.
Yeah, we heard that too. His lungs strong.
Gonna be living by the slopes.
Oh yeah, nose, baby.
Oh yeah, Drew.
Yeah, I love skiing. That's like I like snow sports.
You in the States now, right, Drew?
Yes, sir.
What part are you at right now?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice, nice. All right, man. How was the flight?
I'm not a fan of airports and flying, but it was all right. I slept well, so that's okay.
I was about to ask you if I kicked myself from the server.
Thanks for asking.
Who got the chalice? Light up the fire.
Around Pennsylvania, catch a vampire.
Pull up.
Bless, man. Thank you.
Fire blaze.
That's dope, Drew, man. Respect, bro.
Yeah, man. Romanian government, they were tough. I mean, the people, they used to stand up to them when they went too far, especially during like the revolution. And I just got a montage. Like one of my boys helped me out to edit. Like I bought a bunch of footage from like the old revolution back in the day, and plus like a lot of new protests that's been going on before this whole COVID stuff, though. The communist revolution.
The commies?
Well, Romania was a communist state. Yes, it was.
Yeah, man, Forex.
Do they have like a big export out of Romania at all, Drew? Like industry or something?
Yeah, they export a lot of oats and grains and stuff like that. That's probably one of their they're exporting a lot of hemp. Actually, they're growing very well in the hemp industry. They used to be number one in the hemp industry when, like, back in the day when potato sacks were made out of hemp and ropes for ships were made out of hemp. China was number one with hemp production. Romania was number two in all of that Euro-Asia area. They're pretty big on hemp. They got some petrol too, but they sold it all to the Russians. But I mean, the people there are great. The food there is great. Beautiful sights. In the city, there's a lot of pollution because a lot of the cars, people just pay their mechanics to, like, give them stamps. There's a lot of corruption and stuff, under the table stuff. A lot of the industries don't get regulated. Factories spewing out toxic fumes. Slowly, it's getting a little cleaner, man. But when I first went there and, like, went back there because I was born there, I went back there, man. It was, like, hard to breathe. It was so bad. Bucharest, there was just, like, so much dust and nastiness in there, like sulfur and all types of shit. Excuse my French. But now, it's getting a little better.
Is it expensive there?
No, gas is expensive there, surprisingly, but everything else is relatively inexpensive. Like, going there with the euro or like a dollar, you have pretty good buying power there.
Internet like there, as far as speeds.
Internet is on top. They are on their game. Like, the kids, they're like straight hackers. I don't know if you ever heard of, like, Guccifer or Guccifer, they call him. He's from Romania. I mean, they're like the kids from like 4 years old, 5 years old. They already know, like, the DOS operating system, like the back doors of every other, like, Macs and PCs. Like, they know their stuff. There's a lot of, like, the computer competitions, like hacking competitions or programming software coding competitions. They're winning, like, all of those ones. So they're pretty good with that stuff.
Doge is looking pretty volatile, actually, if you ask me.
And there's a gentleman, we have common friends. He has EGLD, Elron. So that's from Romania. If anybody, it's on Binance. EGLD. So Romania's doing a little bit in the crypto realm. There's also Netopia Pay, which is doing crypto payments in Romania. Netopia.
Soren here.
What's up, Soren? Ah, good one. That sounded like Soren though. That was good, man.
These guys, I'll tell you.
Getting better and better every day, man.
You are. Now you got Pisket recording your voice, so when you're gone, you can throw out them rockets.
LV Walker here.
Biscuit here.
We get back to 36 cents, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get up there. How many people in the chat are waiting for the dip, and how many waiting for the rips?
Waiting for the dip.
Playing both sides.
We got a lot of sideline players.
Waiting for the dip.
Rip.
I hear that.
I bought in what was it? This morning at 10:30 and then again just now because we hit another recent low.
Bitcoin's on a thin line right now, hanging on a thread.
Yeah, I see that in the total crypto market cap too.
I'm gonna try to buy back in the 33s.
My guess is we could drop another like 2 point some percent, but I think it'll come back up after that if it does drop that low. But that's just a guess.
There's still some support probably around Bitcoin 34,963, considering some previous price action, but it's one right under it is 35,335, and we're at 35,417, so we're just a little bit above it.
Yeah.
Drew, what time are you looking at that on?
It's my 15.
Yeah, we got a lot of psychological resistance in the next like I don't know. I guess like I said before, 2.5% underneath where we are. There's a couple
Coinbase
floors.
Coinbase Pro, there's some nice volume coming in. I see some nice buy walls. Like what at 35, 1.2 million at 35.25. What? How much? Another 3.5 million at 34.99.
Did you notice, or well, maybe not, but like the RSI for total crypto has been below 50 since 9 o'clock this morning, and it just keeps jumping around in the channel up between 30 and 50, but still is going down, or well, like it still went down that whole time, even though it stayed in that channel between 30 and 50 RSI.
Drew, you have any Coinbase?
What's that?
Any Coinbase?
Coinbase Pro? Your mic cut out. Come again?
Referral link.
No, but there's probably some referral links here on Discord. If anybody has a referral link they want to post in referral links, feel free. You might find one for Coinbase there. It's on the left-hand side up there, hashtag referrals.
Thanks.
No worries.
Drew always helping the common man. Like that, man.
That's what we're here for. Up the common and the uncommon.
No, I know, but I noticed you never plug yourself. You let other people take it. That's pretty cool, man.
I mean, I know some people might appreciate it a little more than I would, so it's all good.
I looked into it a little bit, by the way, and it's still kind of too early for integration between 3D printing and the NFT stuff. Because we need to get rid of the STL format on 3D printing first.
I mean, there's probably a way though. You can when you get the translated. I mean, you get the 3D format.
We're switching to 3MF.
But I'm sure there's a way to translate it. Say if I was an artist and I would, no matter what program I used, if I rendered it into one of the common 3D formats, there should be a way for any translator software to get that into a 3D printer.
Yeah. There's slicers that'll do that. Like most of the slicers, they read an STL format though, but any 3D modeling software can turn most of the formats into an STL. Problem is though, we want to get off of that STL format because
that makes sense.
It's inefficient
and it's heavy, right? It's a lot of data. Right?
Yeah, it's a lot of data, which makes the gas fee extremely high. There is an art designer that has sold NFTs of basically an image of just the G code. So just a screenshot of the G code, basically. So you could technically type that over and 3D print it. But then you would need to have the same 3D printer and everything. So they're also looking into streaming the 3D printing, where you buy one run off a website and it streams that directly to your 3D printer, and you basically just get to print one.
That's pretty cool. That's like a second layer of verification for like almost like blockchain.
And also next step too. Go ahead.
I'm just thinking about what happens when the print fails. You gonna buy another one?
So get this. What about also with NFT? Imagine if I buy an NFT with 3D information, rendered information, and I have an Oculus. I can attach that NFT to my Oculus and enter VR created by the artist.
For sure.
Potentially, yeah.
I mean, it would have to, yeah, because There's NFTs. So if you go on to upload your 3D files on OpenSea, there's a few. I have to go back and check, but I remember they gave me like 4 different options. So if one of those options are the more lightweight version, could probably be compatible for VR translation and for the 3D print translation.
Yeah, I'm big on 3D printing technology, and the blockchain applications are obviously like also good.
Yeah, before I got into this this day trading with the cryptocurrency, like my hobby was the 3D printing. I do my own 3D modeling. I've built my own 3D printer. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I don't mean like I do it. I mean like I'm a proponent of it. I think it's going to be big in the future. I think it's going to be super cheap to use and buy. Like you can already get a 3D printer for like $300 that works fairly well.
150. That works kind of fairly well. It's the Ender 3. That's
Right.
pretty much like the entry budget model.
And what like
good enough.
Like 5 years ago, the best one cost like the cheapest one cost like maybe $700. Like they are getting super cheap. I would say what, like 5 years ago maybe, to get a decent one you had to spend like a decent amount of money, right?
To get a decent one, yeah, there was like $800 for the Prusa models, but back then you also had like the ANET A8, which was again like $150. It seems like that's like the entry price of the average quality printers at the time. And then you have the good quality; they go up to like 800, and the great quality go up to 2,000.
All right, guys, we got some volume coming in again on Coinbase Pro and with the PTC pairs on Coinbase Pro and on Coinbase on Binance Global. So even though we did have this dip, there still seems to be a lot of people trying to buy right now. So let's see what's going on. And I'm gonna have to step out if someone wants to grab the super chats.
We got you.
All right, I'll be back in a little bit, guys. Like half hour. Now.
Drew's leaving.
Later. Pumpernickel.
But also, when it comes to the 3D printing, like it's still going to be cheaper for the actual end product to just buy something out of a store. But as a prototyper, that's where the 3D printing is really going to come in, because you don't have to make a machine for a 100 run or something to prototype. You just print one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like injection molding is going to be way cheaper if the amount of runs is high enough.
Drew's got the pumpernickel going in the oven right now in the shape of a rocket.
Yeah. Every time Drew goes away, the price goes up.
True that. Because he's buying.
Yeah, I got.
He goes away because the price goes up. Sorry, what you want to say?
I was gonna say, yeah, it still looks like it's gonna move sideways. I don't see it going down too far, but moving sideways is, if it does it for long enough, it can be scary.
I mean, that 35 is looking really small to me. I'm looking more at 34, 33 as an actual floor here. If it doesn't just, like someone some wheel decides to start buying.
Yeah, and that makes sense. That's what I'm seeing. I usually just look at total crypto market cap to get an idea.
Somebody was on here yesterday, I think it was. I was looking at buy orders, and I thought they said there was like a massive buy order at 33, a fairly large one. I don't know if it's still sitting there, but
Yeah, but there was also a huge one at 35.8 too.
And it went through? Or can you
most
tell?
of that most of that got eaten probably, or readjusted.
Right.
I would say there's a larger buy wall right now than 33. We have a $3.3 million buy wall. Or I mean 3.3 million doji buy wall versus a 1.9 million and Doji at 33. So I don't know if we have support here, but not financial advice.
Oh, I mean, I have some dry powder left, but I bought in a lot in the past 8 hours. So you had 2 decent floors. Bitcoin is
You
weak.
have to make a decision.
Bitcoin is weak, so if it breaks the 35, we can see 33 at Doge, 32.
You said weak.
It's weak, yes. It's not
Yeah.
strong.
I'm just not sure if I'm gonna go back into Doge though. I've been buying this other coin while I'm waiting for Doge to drop, and it's maybe $50 in the last 2.5 hours.
Is Litecoin a good buy?
It's all right. I like it. It seems to move pretty smoothly if you wanted to scalp it. In the past few days, it seemed to run pretty smoothly.
I like Litecoin. I always use it to send between platforms.
Yeah, it's good for that too. The fees are usually like the fees usually only get high when Bitcoin's fees get crazy high, and then people move to that. But I mean, that's probably happening more and more now.
I can't tell you how much it costs to ship it out of Coinbase, but I can't tell, so little.
I see the resistance around 358 and the support around 352. It's
Where
trying
is it at right now? What's the
right now
exact Bitcoin price?
is 3568.
Has anybody right now been looking at the moon phase indicator?
We have, and
It's weird. It's sketching me out.
it's not consistent, but it is kind of right. I think someone brought it up after they seen a pattern with it, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm looking at a pattern. I'm looking at it on the 4 hour, and I'm not liking what I see, really. But I mean, that's the first
Hey
time.
guys, where did Drew go?
He
Well,
stepped out.
For a bit.
Damn it!
Big in that pumpernickel.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta realize we're coming up on like multiple wedges that that come from years ago. So like it's really hard to predict price movement for this next week. It's just really hard to do. So, don't expect too much from yourself or other people as far as like advice or projection.
We'll know buy now or sell now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way to know for the next week.
No, I know. I'm just playing. The people in the chat room. Now,
At 25 cents, we have a buy wall at $518,000. That's 2 million Doge. So there's a large support there.
what was that number again? I'm sorry. The price?
At 25 cents, we have a large buy wall at 2,072,997 Doge at $518,271. Compared to like 25.1, it's 85,000. Or you get some larger buy walls at like 28.4. You have 2.1 million Doge.
Someone look at the Litecoin date. Zoom on. Fuck, pushed it.
You're cutting out.
I'm sorry, I don't have like
Handle.
What's up with Litecoin?
Zoom all the way out. It's looking like it's a big cup and handle.
What time frame?
Day.
That guy was cutting out. Did he say it was a good time to get in?
No, I don't think so because Litecoin. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
Yeah, daily chart.
Good.
Always a good time, man.
Who's that, Trogdor?
No, this is Dennis.
Oh, sorry.
Static here.
I see a large support at 35 cents here. We got 1.1 million Doge buy wall, and everything in between going up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have about 400,000, 400,000, 300,000, 200,000, and then it hits that large buy wall at 35. So I see support between there. I don't know if it'll ever eat through it very fast, but yeah.
What's up, guys? Turbo J back from work.
Welcome back.
Turbo.
Guys, we took that dip, huh? I thought it would come back up where I put my bar on my graph. It almost hit. I mean, I guess was it streaming all day? Did you guys take a look at it?
I
No?
think I just saw it streaming like a couple minutes ago when I looked
Yeah.
at it.
So I put that question mark on the graph with a bar going down where I thought we would dip. Guys, we hit it dead on. I didn't think we dipped that low right away though. But if you notice, there's another bar under it where I put a support level at, well, it wasn't so much a support level, but I put it at 35 cents. We missed it by about, we bounced off at like 35.3.
Is that a psychological marker from past lows?
Yeah, so what I did was I had taken, this shape I keep saying it takes. Well, usually this half circle here that it does, it repeats it on all the graphs. There's always that nice little dip in it, then it comes back up and then it continues. So I'm still thinking it's gonna do that, but from what I can tell, because obviously Bitcoin went down and whatnot, it might be a little larger. It might actually go right over here to this peak. So this whole thing I drew here is invalid now, but because I thought it would dip a little bit like this, but just don't pay attention to this anymore. But it's not bad, man. I mean, it's almost accurate. So I know I mentioned, I'm sorry to somebody this morning that I thought it would dip and come right back up in a way. It just seems like it took a bit of a bigger dip. Plus, if we keep going down and we get into this channel, this previous channel here, I feel like we're going to dip a little more. But it seems to be creating this support right here. Check this out.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, whoops.
You should take a look at the total crypto RSI when you get a second, because it doesn't look amazing for like the past, I just woke up, so this whole dip happened when I was sleeping for like the past 8 hours.
Yeah.
It's not like great. So I don't know if it's gonna turn around or not, but it hasn't been good for the past 8 hours.
So if my scaling of this was a little off and we were actually creating a smaller one of these and then this dip, no, that wouldn't even make sense anymore. Anyways, I have to restudy this because I didn't expect it to. I expected it personally to dip where my lines were over here on maybe yesterday at like 7 o'clock. So it took a little bit of time and then it just dipped over here, but it still dipped to pretty much where Tame kind of predicted and where I set my line.
Hey Turbo.
Hey buddy.
If you put a big line at the top of the peak on the right hand side, our highest high, and then you go to the right dog ear, and then you go all the way down. That's kind of what I've like thrown up a line on. The top right peak, the top right dog ear of the next peak. Where do you find yourself that far on a trend line down, all the way to where we are now?
Is it where I'm pointing right now on my chart? Oh, you don't. Okay,
yeah,
hold up 1 second. I mean, wow, that builds a nice channel, right? Good call on that one. Yeah, so, I mean, how far would I see that go down? Shit, if it was, hold on. if it relates anywhere with my cross points from one channel to another, like that's where I see it a little bit differently than people. But I like to see all these rectangles, and it's my exit, my entry to the next channel. Then if it would do the same on the next one, if I drew, it seems to be doing that. So let's say now it dipped to 35.28. So the 35 is on this X here. I would say, if anything, 33.6 would be our next dip. It would basically.
Sorry,
yeah.
I got jumped off on a phone call. Did you drew the line though?
Yeah, I drew the line. It meets. I'm not sure what this line here was yet. Oh yes, okay. This was my. I have to see it on a bigger scale here. Well, from what I see now, I literally just walked in. But look, I still think we're gonna bounce off this now, like we are, and we might stay in this channel right here, probably until we get out of this triangle. So at around 7:45, I would call it. Find our way back up. If we don't, then at this cross point, I would see it kind of coming down the channel to about 33.9, maybe stopping at around 33.7, if that would be where it stops. If not, my next line is at 32.7. I still think it's going to bounce back. That's my opinion. Earlier than that. I don't think it's going to pass the 35 for now. But I haven't checked Bitcoin or anything, or what it's been doing during the day yet. So I'm going to go roll myself something and take a look at the charts and maybe reassess, and I'll get back to you guys for sure.
Turbo.
Thank you.
Word. Thank you.
My pleasure. But I still find it really didn't, like yesterday when we were talking about this, we were talking about it possibly breaking through the levels quite quick if it started to go down. But if I haven't checked the 1 day chart, let me just check that before I go somewhere. 1 sec.
Yeah, I get a lot of false signals in the past few days for buys and sells, like a lot.
Can I throw something past you guys when you get a second?
You getting
For
that, Gab?
sure, guys. It's gonna go down, man. I'm sorry.
So I'm a little bit new to the Discord. I've been listening to you guys for a while, but I'm just coming in on the voice to talk. I wanted to throw something past you. If we're following Bitcoin a bit, up and down here, and we're generally bleeding out here for a while, when the surge comes back in of the reinvestments and we go bull, we should probably anticipate that Bitcoin's going to go first and then Doge is going to come. But don't we think that percentage, because of the hype coming back into Doge, is going to go past and really push it hard past Bitcoin and kind of untether, should I say?
I think it depends, because a huge portion of Doge's price right now is relying on psychological numbers, just because it hasn't been high for very long. So,
yeah, I agree with that, because I'm buying at 30. I don't want to tell anybody what to do, but like me personally, so I'm accountable. I'll throw it out there. I'm buying at 35, 33, 32, and then 28. That's me.
I would agree with that. Absolutely.
That's a nice carpet bomb.
Yeah. So, guys, if you're looking at my chart, this is what I'm predicting. I drew this line here, which I thought would be my last candle before we would start shooting down. The candle's right on it. This is luck. This is not because I know everything. This is literally like, it just, it's just confirming what I said. Yesterday we were all happy because we were going down, and then we took this huge climb back up. Well, huge in perspective to what you're looking at on my chart. Okay, so this, we called it, right? When we were speaking, I told you guys it's going to go and form this shape no matter what. It's going to do it. Then we had our drop, which was our climb on on the other end of the spectrum here. So we started our drop.